A veteran of the sports reporting game for over 25 years.
Now Zibanejad. Duke of Delburne. Back out for Artemi Panarin. Panarin shoots, kicked out, rebound, score! Overcome with the overtime winner.
Breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams.
Redirects, cut off, clock. Scotty attacking with the left-handed slam. Who needs a tissue?
This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, here we go for Soul 554, Wednesday, December 3rd. Hey, the Wall of St. Paul gets it done once again for the Minnesota Wild last night as the Wild shut out the Oilers thanks to Jesper Wallstedt 1-0 at Rogers Place. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440 on your AM radio dial. Really appreciate you coming along for the morning drive here on Sports 1440. You can also watch us if you so choose to on YouTube, Sports 1440 AM. Drop us a like and a subscription. We're also on X, Facebook, and Instagram. And as always, you can stream us. You can find us on many of the streaming services on iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app, even on sports1440.ca. And if you miss any part of any show, it turns into one of the many podcasts that are out there on Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon. Subscribe. It's free. Select the auto download. You never miss a second of the show. We'd like you to give us a like and a subscription, too, on YouTube at Sports 1440 AM. I'm setting the over-under on text today at 833-401-1440. The over-under on text today regarding the 2021 NHL draft, where the Oilers should have taken Jesper Wallstedt instead of trading down a couple of picks. I will put it at 12. The over-under is at 12. I think most people know the story, and we've already got one in from James. I'm not sure. I will read it in a second in its complete text form variety, James, but I'm quite sure that it has something to do with that. But Jesper Wallstedt, a shutout last night, 32 saves. His fourth shutout in 6 starts. He is leading the league in goals against average at 1.74. He's leading the league in save percentage at 944. Yes, his minutes aren't comparable to some of the other guys. He's obviously leading the league in shutouts, which is, he's got twice as many as anyone else. And again, all 4 of them in the last 6 starts. 1-0 the final. The Wild score on a power play. After a power play for the Oilers expired. A power play by the Wild expired, and the Oilers loaded up their top 3 guys, and they put Zach Hyman, they put Connor McDavid, they put Leon Draisaitl together and had a defensive zone face-off, and Nico Sturm wins the draw, and 2 seconds later from the draw to the back of the net, that's all it took for Jonas Brodin to score the only goal on Stu Skinner. Some people are saying, well, it was a bit of a fly-by screen. I think there was enough distance on the shot and from where the shot came from that Stu needed to get a glove on that one. Not sure if it dipped a little or anything like that. By no stretch am I blaming Stu for the loss on this. Not even close. You got to get some run support. They had nothing last night. The Oilers had some opportunities. They had a few sniffs, but they never had anything in the high danger stuff, except for on that first period power play where Zach Hyman was denied. He had a 5-bell chance right in front, going from his forehand to the backhand. Sometimes when that happens, the puck is spinning a little bit. When you go to your backhand, you try to elevate it a little, and it just sort of slides off your stick. And that's how that attempt, in my mind, would have gone for Zach Hyman. You can say it's a great save. Hyman will say, I got to elevate that. So he's got to maybe bring it in just a bit closer so where his hands aren't stretched out and his stick is far away from his body to get some leverage on it. That was on a power play opportunity, and that was the best chance that the Oilers had. I mean, Matthias Ekholm, yes, he rang one off the post just a little bit earlier than Hyman, but the Oilers got some pucks towards Wallstead, not enough, and they never had the shoot first mentality. Even Connor McDavid said that post game, and we'll hear from McDavid and some others coming up at 7:40. They never had that shoot first mentality. Even on that the second power play, you win the face-off, and even the opposition is going, okay, the Oilers, we know they're going to move it around, they're going to pass it around. Why not just blast it if you're Evan Bouchard? You win the draw cleanly. You already have guys going to the net. Just get it on net, get some pucks to the net, have a shoot first mentality. We talked about that face-off, and again, it was Nico Sturm who beat Leon Draisaitl. The Oilers were 61% in the face-off dot. 61%. But they lose the one that matters the most. That was the big one. So 1-0 the final. Minnesota improves to 15-7-5. Oilers drop back down to 500. Man, it's been just 500, treading water, sea level for so long now. Seattle's here tomorrow. The Oilers got to get stringing together some wins here. This is the time to do it on this homestand. They got 4 games left, and the opposition is no screaming hell. They got to run the table here. I think if they don't run the table, I mean, you could maybe go 3-0-1, but they got to get 7 out of 8 points here minimum. This is a time where they have to start putting some wins together, stringing some performances. And think about it. You go back to Seattle, they've allowed, a half goal in the last 2 games. So you can't get much better than that. One of the main reasons that Minnesota won last night was their defense pairing of Faber and Brodin. Those 2 guys were dynamite. JJ played, 25 and a half to upwards of 26 minutes between the 2. They were on the ice in every critical situation. They were great together, and Brodin scores the game winner. You can't ask much more than that. When you look at Jesper Wallstedt going into the season, and you look at the goaltenders for Sweden for the Olympic team, I think it would have been safe to say that the 3 goalies that Sweden would have been taking would have been, Wallsted's teammate, Phil Gustafsson. That would have been a no-brainer. The other 2 guys, probably when you look at it, Jacob Markstrom would have been in there. And the third guy, probably Linus Ullmark in Ottawa. Those would have been the 3 guys that you're looking at as far as the goaltenders go for Sweden. But I'll tell you what, Wallstedt, you would think he's got to be taking Ullmark's spot on this team, no? The way he has played here, that would be 2 goalies off of Minnesota that Billy Guerin is sending to the Olympics to possibly play his U.S. Olympic team. Could you imagine in a gold medal game or a game to get to the gold medal or whatever you want to call it? One of Billy Guerin's goalies in Minnesota is going to play Team USA? Man, that's going to be tough. Text 833-401-1440. James, Oilers played well last night, but Minnesota's goalie put up a wall. Yes, the wall of St. Paul, James. Tie guy texts in. Lots of positives last night. Solid defensive game. Good goaltending. They bumped up against a hot goalie. I didn't like the line changes in the third. That strategy has failed to win the cup. The team needs 4 contributing lines. They got that in the second period. Why change? What do you think, Tie guy? It's a good point. And, we actually talked about it in the press box with Ryan Rishaga a little bit. And even towards the end of the second period, there were opportunities where, maybe coming out of a TV timeout or a offensive zone faceoff where Chris Knobloch and Pryor loaded up that line. And it happened in the third period. And they had some pretty decent pressure, did they not? I think there's times when you have to go to the whip and go to that line. Maybe it's a little too frequent than a lot of Oiler fans would like, but they did generate some stuff. To me, it's the goal when your number 1 line is on against the team's third line, and there's just a tiny little bit of the concentration level maybe. So hey, let's welcome in the Duke of Delburne. I texted him last night. I did not know that he was playing hockey. He said, I'm halfway through the game on your VCR, Duke? Is that what it was?
Yeah, my VCR, exactly, Kev. Living in the future, baby.
What do you think of the game?
Yeah, it was. I really agree with your comments about, like, yes, obviously Wallstedt played well and he made a couple very good saves. I think that kind of spinning rebound attempt by Hyman out front stands out as the best one, just getting it with the right toe. But the whole game, I kind of kept just saying to myself, I was like, I'm seeing a lot of the things we saw against Seattle in the sense that they are controlling the pace. They are the better team, largely over the 200 feet, but they're not getting a ton of really high danger chances from the interior of the offensive zone. And I thought they defended really well, right? I mean, that was pretty obvious in the shot suppression they did. I also am in step with you that I thought that's a goal that Stuart Skinner should probably have. And it's crazy to say. It's so frustrating in a game that you lose 1-0. It would have been impossible to win. You did not score a goal, but you're still kind of saying, like, that's kind of one you wish your goalie had for you. He made a couple other really good stops throughout the game, right? And Minnesota had
not the reason they lost.
No, definitely not. Minnesota had a couple strong pushes at different moments when Skinner held strong. But what stood out the most to me was the way Minnesota defended. Like, there was not a loose puck, a contested puck that they did not get a stick on, or if they didn't get a stick on it, they got the body on the Oilers player. They really had very little room to maneuver. But when you are a team that has allocated your resources to your offensive players, you would hope that they could break through that kind of defensive structure, defensive wall. We spent so much time yesterday talking about the Jacques Lemaire dude in Minnesota. And hey, this is not Jacques Lemaire's team of the Wild, but they kind of defended like it last night in particular.
They play hard.
Very, very hard. They're a big team. That is a really good Minnesota team.
Yeah, they got some size.
I get it that they're still behind the likes of Colorado and Dallas, even inside their own division. But that is not a team that I would be looking forward to playing down the stretch of the season, battling for playoff positioning or meeting up with come a first or second round matchup for sure.
Well, speaking of Colorado, a 3-1 victory over Vancouver last night. So that's still one regulation loss in 26 games, tying the Flyers mark of that same run in 1979-80. They've got a point streak of 17 games going. They just keep winning and rolling and pumping and dumping. Vegas Golden Knights beat Chicago 4-3 last night in a shootout, and I was kind of howling at it because this was Carter Hart's return. And then when you read from NHL.com, if you read the game report, it reads as so: Braden Bowman tied the game. Vegas goes on to win 4-3 in a shootout. Bowman scored off a rebound. Shea Theodore's shot went off the pad of Spencer Knight. He's got a nose for the net, Theodore said, blah, blah, blah. Bowman added an assist. Barbashev had a goal and assist. Oh, by the way, Carter Hart made 27 saves for the Knights in his first game since January of 2024. And then they don't mention Carter Hart in the article at all until the very end. Hart saved 6 shots in overtime, stopped 3 in the shootout. Well, I think that's sort of burying the lead here, folks. But anyway, Carter Hart returned to the NHL and picks up a win in a shootout. And again, we'll probably talk about the response to this and throughout when he starts coming back to Canada. I think that's when a lot of things are going to get talked about and things like that. But also in the NHL last night, I would say it was an emotional night with Nashville and Calgary. Predators beat the Flames 5-1. Ozzy Weisblatt, I think you heard it in Duke's opening, scores his first NHL goal. Got in a fight, scores his first NHL goal, gets in a fight later. His brother passed away in a car accident earlier in the year. You could see him give a little tip to the rafters, nod to the sky. So that would have been an emotional night for the Weisblatt family in Nashville for sure. Coming up on the big program, we will check in with old Stewie, Anthony Stewart from Sirius XM NHL Radio, right off the hop here at 7:20. We got Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet as usual at 8 o'clock. Cody Jansen, Saskatchewan Rush play-by-play man. The Rush are back at it. The NLL started last week, but the Rush back in it in week number 2 to get things going. David Schlemko will slide by at 9 bells, the former NHLer, our co-host. We're trying, Duke, and we'll still look at getting Schlemmer's defense partner, Brendan Dillon, on. Was in a bit of a tilt and was injured a little. I reached out to their PR department yesterday, and they said, we'll see what we can do this morning. So I'll send something off, and who knows, maybe something at in the 10 o'clock or 10:40 or something like that. We'll see what we can do. But Andy Strickland will be with us at 9:20. Then we got Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period coming up at 10:20. When we return, Anthony Stewart, former NHLer from Sirius XM, NHL Radio, and TSN 1050 on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440, presented by, just about almost did it again, Duke. The Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
At GS Construction, we focus on building a culture of collaboration, innovation, and respect. Our teams work together, supporting one another and striving towards shared goals. We're committed to creating a work environment that empowers individuals, values teamwork, and ensures everyone feels respected and safe. With decades of experience in the field, GS Construction prioritizes our people, our culture, and safety. This is what makes us unique. To find out more, go to gsconstruction.ca.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Tired of the same old holiday tunes? Spice things up with the sound of a Wilhauk beef jerky bag being torn open. It's the carol that everyone wants to hear, promising a chorus of tender, perfectly spiced beef jerky. This holiday season, make sure you're Wilhawking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Call to place your pre-order today at 780-986-2537.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. It's not lost on me that this radio ad competes with a lot of other dealerships on the air. So what sets us apart? Honesty. At Northgate, we believe in giving you the very best price we can with the most value possible. We aren't giving away free trips or paying off your credit cards, but it is my promise you will get exactly what you paid for every time. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
Hot coffee, hotter takes, and the sports stories that matter. Check out Kevin Karius weekday mornings from 7 to 11 on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440. Be part of the conversation. 833-401-1440.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 EEE. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Nectar.io, transforming field data into boardroom insights. Nectar.io is the all-in-one solution for your fleet, safety, time tracking, and materials management needs. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
I just put two and two together here. All right, welcome back to the big program. Rod Stewart, because we got Anthony Stewart coming on. Duke, man, that's a bit of a stretch, but, that's a bit of a stretch. I always remember, and we're still waiting for Stewie to slide in here. I always remember when Jared Stoll was going out with Rachel Hunter, which was Rod Stewart's ex-wife. And it was funny because she wanted to get tickets to one of the games in 06, and Stoley said, I got this, guys. I'll take care of this, guys. Don't worry. I got this, guys. And he was to the front of the line, and she got in the building kind of thing. Ontario Moms text in 833-401-1440. The Griffin Reinhardt trade will be by far the worst of the McDavid era, but passing on Jesper is a second, in my opinion. I was blown away how well he handled the puck last night. Remember how much Mike Smith's puck handling helps the defense. Bang on here, Ontario Moms, because he's a good puck handler. His movement in the net is exceptional. He slides across quick, hard, fast, but he's not out of position. His angles are superb. And he's on a run. Like, it's a run that we haven't seen here since 1938. Old Frankie Brimsick for the Boston Bruins. 4 shutouts in 6 games. And he has to be. He has to be on the Olympic team for Sweden, does he not? If he continues playing like this into December. And I mean, you look at what a tandem that is, man. You got Gustafsson. You got Wallstead. You got top 6 in Minnesota can compete with everyone. You got a defense pairing in Brodin and Faber that is, I mean, we're going to see Faber at the Olympics again. We'll see Brodin, I assume, at the Olympics again. I mean, these guys, this is a hell of a team. We talked about it all day yesterday with many guests, including Mark Spector. This is a team that is so close to getting over the hump here. Frank Saravalli mentioned it too. They're close. They are in the absolute death pool of the Central Division. I mean, think about how tough this division is right now. I mean, Colorado, point streak of 17 games. Dallas ends up losing. Finally. I mean, they were on a hell of a run. The Stars lost to the Rangers in overtime last night, 3-2. But I mean, think about it. In Winnipeg's going to be lucky to get a wild card spot the way things are going in the Central, especially with their goaltending situation. We'll see the Jets here on Saturday night. 833-401-1440, the text. KM says, hey, gents, do you think Hyman's running out of runway for the chance to make the Olympic team? Hasn't been himself yet. Too many guys on this team now not playing to their potential. I think he's talking about the Oilers. Well, I mean, last night's game was, I mean, a pretty good effort, pretty good. Everything besides the result, you're fine with, really. As far as the Olympic team goes, I said right off the hop, I mean, I thought Zach's going to be up against it. Frank Saravalli believes that Zach still has a legitimate shot. But I mean, think about the time that Zach's been here so far since his return. If you think about it, he's played the 8 games, 3 of them for sure without Connor McDavid. And the reason that he's been talked about for the Olympics is because he would be playing right wing with Connor McDavid. But I mean, this was such a serious injury. People don't realize how bad this was. This was so close and I mean, close to being career ending here. And people were texting the other day when he scored his goal the other night in Seattle and doing a flyby with his elbow. I mean, everyone noticed that. Everyone talked about it. Well, can't jam his wrist on a flyby. Or maybe use the other hand or something. I don't know. 833-401-1440. How are we making out with Stewie there?
I talked to him. He said he kind of misread the message. He'll be with us in a few minutes here.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be on in just a couple minutes. So no sweat. He's coming.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Gerald says Minnesota drafted this goalie, but they also develop him. developed him, I guess you could say. Well, I mean, I guess you could agree with that. This is a guy that they definitely didn't rush. And we talked about it again right off the hop. How many over-under texts are we going to have on the 2021 draft where he was selected 20th overall? But this is a guy that still plied his trade up until 2022 in Sweden. He stayed in Sweden and played in Sweden, didn't come over the pond until 22-23 where he played with Iowa. And last year in Iowa, I mean, numbers are there. He's 268, 270 the last 2 years in Iowa. This year, not so hot, to be honest with you. He wasn't that good in Iowa this year. But since he's been called up, he has been lights out. 10 games, the last 6 starts, 4 shutouts, a 1.74 goals against, 94.4 save percentage. It's that good. That's how good this guy is. 833-401-1440. Around the NHL last night, we were talking about a few games I also wanted to notice. We'll talk about it with Stewie. The Maple Leafs beat the Panthers 4-1. Florida, again, with their injuries that they've had with the key personnel out, their goal here, like the Oilers, but for different reasons, is to tread water. Absolutely tread water until some of these guys come back. We know Barkov's not coming back at all, but maybe Kachuk can help him. Washington over LA last night by a score of 3-1. We'll have Dennis Bernstein in from the fourth period. For the most part, you know, he's around the NHL, but his priority is the LA Kings. The Kings have, scoring has always seemed to be a problem in LA, but Washington wins it last night. Tom Wilson got his 16th on the power play. When you talk about the Olympic mix and who's in, who's out, can you have Macklin Celebrini? Can you have Connor Bedard, who scored a couple of other dandies last night for Chicago? One in regulation, another one in the shootout. And can you have Tom Wilson? How? Where's the room? Who's coming out? You know how much John Cooper wants Anthony Cirelli on this team. We talk about even Brandon Hagel. Should be, you would think, close to a lock. Where are they moving guys in and out? It's going to be one of the tougher decisions going on for sure. The King of Fort Nasty. Morning, KK Duke Fenny. The Duke uses his head on the flyby, no helmet. Lucky he doesn't score too often. Duke, I haven't seen you do a flyby yet, but would you ever take your lid off? Would you take your bucket off?
And just go for like the noggin bump?
Yeah.
Everyone just slaps.
Get some knuckles on the melon.
Slaps the dome on the way across. Would I do it? I would do that at a Critters game. For sure. You? Oh, yeah. Though, I mean, I don't know if there's any other places I'm doing flybys at this stage of my hockey career. We ain't doing flybys at the Tropics, I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
But at a Critters game, maybe I'll mix that in. When I coached a year of U18 hockey when I was back home, and I tore my knee. And we were doing, like, I would hold the door, like, heading out to the ice surface or whatever, and every player would rub my head. like for good luck. And they'd really polish up that nice shiny spot right on the very top.
You would dip your head in oil and my bald head in oil and rub it all over. That's the old Seinfeld with the goiter, right?
The episode where they're volunteering with the seniors, and
then George is with the Nepal girl.
The foreign girl that's with the grumpy old man.
Yes, and he's
her house.
She's rubbing his bald head in oil.
Yeah.
What's our over under so far on the Wallstead? Cal texted, frustrating hockey again. Kills me. We could have had Jesper Wallstead. Another Holland mistake. I think that's 3 or 4 so far already.
Where they're coming in quick, and I'm sure they'll only continue to accumulate as the morning progresses.
Man, Jesper Wallstead and Wyatt Johnston, Duke.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But we've talked about this, I think, with LT before, because he's a big draft guy and has a little bit. Apparently, reports say Wallstedt was not on the Oilers' radar. That's why they traded back. Kosa went a few spots earlier, and that was the guy they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're like, all right, we're going to pivot, move elsewhere. Hindsight's 2020.
I love that phrase, on the team's radar, because I always go back to the draft with Connor, and second round, I think it was Tyler Benson. Is that correct? Am I
In
out?
that same draft?
Yeah, or is it maybe it's a different draft. I'd have to. Is it really? Can it be that long already?
Could be, I guess.
Because I looked at it and you talk about guys. Sorry, 2016 draft. My mistake. The 2016 draft, and I always look at guys, Duke, that are around there. Did you have this guy on your radar? Because at the time, here's why I was saying, because they took Puljujarvi. So it's 2016 Duke. They take Puljujarvi at 4. So you got a forward. You have a forward. Now, when you go to round 2, why do you need Benson? So, like, I look at the D-man, like, and I always, and he hasn't turned into anything all that, hot. It's Andrew Peak.
Right.
He's bounced around a little bit. He was drafted by Columbus and now Boston and all this stuff, right? But I said, okay, was this guy on your radar? Because you need a D-man, Highcheck or whatever, the guy out of Saskatoon that was taking several picks. You need a D-man. So that's how I look at it. Like, I know Benson was hurt and stuff like that, but there's a career that just did not pan out. And Tyler's a hell of a guy. And that's what I was getting at, because it was the Benson Steele thing from Southside Athletic Club in Bantam and Sherwood Park, because Steele and Benson were going head to head all the time and going back and forth, fighting it out in the Bantam playoffs. And then they would both, ended up getting called up. Hey, we got Anthony Stewart finally checked in. Good morning, Stewart. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440, big guy. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. How are you guys doing today?
Good here. Hey, first, I just wanted to, for yourself, being an Eastern guy, how do you find the balance, Stewie, when you got to watch hockey? That's your job now. And you got to watch so many games out west. And, you guys are obviously Leafs heavy. But how do you try to find that balance to maybe keep eyeballs on as many games as you can?
Well, I do a weekly show with Steve Karius, right? And I learned really, really quickly, he's going to ask me what happened in the second period in Anaheim versus Seattle. So I got to stay on my toes and make sure that I'm paying attention to as many games as possible. But I'll tell you, typically as a player, you become, kind of stuck in the routine and a little bit lazy, but it's almost a new lease in life where you get excited to watch games. You get excited to, see what's going on with the league, how the game is evolving. And it's definitely, it's not a job when you get to talk hockey for a living.
Yeah, you better believe it. Anthony Stewart from Sirius XM NHL Radio, TSN 1050 with us on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. So that Leafs game that you saw last night with your old team, Florida, what did you make of that? And before we get to Florida, are the Leafs starting to maybe turn the corner here a little bit, you think?
Well, I was driving after the Pittsburgh game, and I saw a little piece of confetti falling from the skies of Toronto, right? So it's funny what a couple wins or a couple losses can do in this market. But again, you got to assess with what you see. And the last couple games have been great, right? I think they've sort of adopted a little bit more of a defensive style, as they're probably, their metrics are really, really low compared to the rest of the league as opposed to defense. And I started with the defense playing good, and a defenseman that you're very, very familiar with in Troy Stetcher. He's playing 24, 25 minutes, being a stalwart back there. So what they're doing is they're keeping the games a little bit close enough early. And then their talent is just coming in and taking over the games. You're seeing Nylander having a great year. He's amongst the league leaders in points as well, too. Matthew Nyes is close to the league leading in 5-on-5 assists, but they're playing more as a group. Yeah. And their third line is stepping up, right? Joshua, McMahon, and Waugh, they literally have, I think, 5 goals in the last 2 games. So they've done a great job in balancing the lines, but getting a group effort. But ultimately, they're getting the saves. Hildeby stepped in, played great the other night. Joseph Woll against the Florida Panthers. So when a lot of things can go wrong as of late, collectively, they've been doing a lot of those good things and details very, very good.
What did Stetcher say after the game, and that he was going to tell Cowan and Robertson that he was going to get one tonight? But the problem is he says that every game.
Yeah, he does, right? And again, for him, I tell everybody, and then you've seen it there, his talent is being able to, sit in the press box for 10 games and step in, play 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes, and it doesn't affect them. Where if certain guys, if they're sitting out for extended period of time, or they're a little upset that they're being scratched and not getting ice time, it affects it. So he comes in and plays the exact same way every single night. And playing on a team like the Edmonton Oilers, you get a little bit of a swagger and you understand what it's like to sort of play high level hockey. So he's coming in and doing his job and more for this Toronto Maple Leafs team.
Anthony Stewart with us on Sports 1440. So the team that you played for in the NHL, one of the teams that you played for, Florida Panthers, what do you make of this team that, they got a lot of miles on this team for the last 3 years, going to the Cup final, winning 2, but and the injuries, what's left in the tank here, Stewie?
Well, I doubted them last year, right? And they found a way to get back to the finals and ultimately win. And again, I tell everybody they're an amazing team, but there is some luck that goes with it as well, too. And my one concern is not just the physical fatigue, but the mental fatigue of playing till June every single year, right? Guys, when I was playing, I remember being February, March, and guys are like, oh man, what a league. The season's so long. So to be able to fight through that adversity, the mental fatigue, and find ways to win games and ultimately win the cup, like there's something special brewing there, right? And, if you would have told me they're going to be without Barkov and Tkachuk for the first, 26 games, 27 games, I would not say they're above NHL 500. So I think they may have dipped below it or at it last night. But, the fact that they're not, 4 or 5 games under 500, just scratching and clawing, just shows collectively how this group has been, right? And you have Brad Marchand, who's, looking like he's playing at an Olympic level as well, too. You saw Reinhart score a big goal last night as well. So, they're treading water. They're treading water, and with a goalie that's playing sub 900 hockey in Bobrovsky. So it's the system and the structure and the coaching that's helping them win games. And that's another team. Again, they're probably just taking their foot off the gas and waiting until playoffs.
Anthony Stewart from Sirius XM NHL Radio, TSN 1050, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. Can you believe how tight the Eastern Conference is, Stewie? I mean, what do we have? 4 points between 1 and 11? Can it get any tighter?
Yeah, I think we need to bring back the 3 points. 3 points for a regulation win, right? It just seems like every night teams are going into overtime and finding a way to get a point, right? And Florida is in last right now, and they're 500. They do have a couple games in hand, and so what that means is you go on a 3, 4, 5 game run. You could be pressing for top of the division. So it's good parity. That's what makes it the best league in the world. The fact that, who can you sit there and say is legitimately the runaway favorite to win the cup? I don't know. Is it Tampa? Ottawa's playing some good hockey. We know Colorado's playing great. Dallas, put a licking on the Oilers a couple of nights ago as well, too. And, you got Minnesota who's playing, stingy hockey as well. So, it's good. It's a good league. It's good to see everyone perform, because what you don't want is before the game even starts saying, okay, here we go. It's going to be a 6-0 game. So it's good to see that everyone's playing at a high level, and it makes it, as a hockey fan, it's great to watch games.
Have you got an opinion on the Oilers, Stewie, from, 30,000 feet away here, what their start's been at 500, similar to where the Leafs, where they were just sort of trying to tread water here until they get something going?
Yeah, for me, it's, in an 82-game season and you want to have success, you need a couple easy wins, right? And watching those games, how many times do you see them double shifting and triple shifting McDavid and Draisaitl? And, they're going to put up 100+ points, but they're going to do that in probably 50 of the games. There's going to be 20 games where they're going to be struggling a little bit. So I think you need a little bit of a group effort. And you see Toronto, where they're having a little bit of success. They're getting the timely saves. And again, you're not expecting Skinner and Picker to come in and put up, a shutout every night. But there's key moments at the game where you're up a goal, you're down a goal, and then just that squeaker goes in where it just breaks your back, right? So my thing is, and I'm in the market where you saw Carolina team come in with an emergency backup Zamboni driver goalie and hold the team to 8 shots and win the game. I know that's a little bit of a trip down memory lane, but if your goaltenders are struggling collectively as a group, as a defensive unit, as a team, you have to find a way to step up and insulate them. So yes, you can say it's the goaltenders, but I think as a team, you got to play better defense. And if the league is just too good and too fast, and some of these young players are so talented to get into a shootout, and because some of these guys, they're 100-meter champions, so you don't want to turn it into a track meet. You got to play a little bit better team defense.
Anthony Stewart with us in Sports 1440. What do you make of the Colorado Avalanche in this start? Now, again, 17 games straight with a point at least, matching the 79-80 Flyers with just one regulation loss in the first 26 games, Stewie.
Great to watch. And I hate to be the New York Islanders who they play next game, but again, that's with the power play struggling right now. I think they're 24th or 25th or something like that. But they're scoring 4 goals a game. They're stepping up. They're getting great goaltending, and Scott Wedgwood, who's one loss and one regulation loss in the whole entire year. McKinnon is closing the gap on Connor McDavid for best player in the league. Every single game, he's stepping up, pushing the pace. Nate just seems like he's been in a great pickup, and we talk about the Makars, but for me, it's the Olofssons, the Landeskog, the Lehkonen. So collectively, they're having a good team effort every single night, but they seem like they're a team on the mission. They were upset about that loss against Dallas last year, and they're seeing like they're coming out gangbusters saying, hey, we are not just the cream of the Central Division of the Western Conference, the NHL. We mean business. And until, I think a streak might be coming, but until that happens, they're playing with a lot of swagger, and they are probably head and shoulders above everybody right now in the NHL.
Well, you're bang on with your power play stats pretty well, Stewie. 25th in the league, Colorado. Okay. 25th at 16.1%. And their goal differential, when it comes off the page, it just jumps at you. The fact that they are light years ahead of everyone when it comes to goal differential, it's not even close at plus 50. So it just shows you, their 5-on-5 play is just superb. We saw them here when they just manhandled the Oilers, and they've just manhandled so many other teams. Who's number 2 on your power rankings if you were to look around the league right now, Stewie?
Ooh, Edmonton Oilers. Let me go right now and take a look.
Would it be Dallas? Dallas is in there in the mix. And is there anyone in the East that you would think would be?
No, I'm going to go Tampa Bay. Because again, they've been hit by the injury bug, but they're finding ways to get wins, and they're top of the division right now. We know it's a very, very close Atlantic division, but they're playing some good hockey. So my concern when it's all said and done, they're going to have a bunch of guys that are going to be at the Olympics. But you're looking at, the Kucherovs, who's playing world-class hockey. Hagel's been playing great as well, too. Gensel's starting to put the puck in the net. So this is a team that, they have the pedigree. They've been there, and they've sort of mastered that acceleration and deceleration in their games on when to peak. So Tampa, Colorado sounds like a great final, because again, you got the goaltending in Vasilevsky, we got Hedman, and then we still have the trade deadline where I'm sure a lot of these teams are going to look different right now. So I would say Tampa, Carolina, a close second, and then I think it's a sort of a race after that.
Oh, there's so much parity in the league. Before we let Anthony Stewart go from Sirius XM, NHL Radio, and TSN 1050, I just wanted to ask you personally about your career after the NHL days were over and you went overseas, Stewie, into the KHL and the Swiss League. I just wanted to maybe get your impressions, what your experiences were over in those leagues that you played in.
Well, KHL was an experience, and let's just say I had a notebook to write down all the things that I found very, very odd. And, I'd have to walk to the rink every single day. The team was called Automobilis, so I found that odd. Like, where's my car? And you'd walk through the park, and you see a guy, walking a bear, and a guy taking a nap. But I'll tell you this, the KHL, the fans, very, very passionate. The buildings are loud. I would say it's a first-class league. In Europe too. But I tell everybody, if I lived in Europe, I'd live in Switzerland. They have the triple cheeseburger over there too. Yeah, it is $30, but it's worth it too. But just the culture and the landscapes and the mountains and, the transit system. I was in Fribourg, and I would take the train down into Zurich, and I'm like, I barely know how to get around, Toronto or New York City, but it's so convenient and just so beautiful out there. So I urge some of the players, if you have a chance to go to Europe, it definitely is an eye-opening cultural experience, and one that, I not many people can say I lived in Germany or I lived in England or I lived in, it's a great experience, and do your best to take advantage of that. Thanks for asking that.
Yeah, and just that the stuff away from the ice, just the experience with the country and all that stuff. That must, you must enjoy, because you're an inquisitive guy and you want to enjoy that and experience that factor as well.
Yeah, I would never see myself going to an art gallery in North America, but again, there's so much to do there. There's the pubs, and I tell everybody I played in World Juniors, I played in some big tournaments, but that Spengler Cup that they have in Davos, where it takes 3 hours driving up a mountain, and just the stuff they have for the families there, that is the most beautiful tournament that I've ever attended to. And the people, you get to meet some great people, and I still have friends to this day that are in Latvia, that are in England, that are in Switzerland. So I always keep track. I was going through memory lane last night, going to see how my former teammates were doing in the Swiss League and the KHL and all that as well too. But not to slight the KHL, they still owe me $100,000. So if you guys can maybe help me with that, we'll get on that case. But great experience in all the leagues, which was eye-opening, but life-changing for me.
Well, even a guy like, former Oiler who you played with, Marc-Antoine Pouliot, he's still going strong over there in the Swiss League.
I was there, 8 years ago? And he was there. He was in the Swiss League. Yeah, I saw him, played against him there, and great two-way guy. They need a guy like that now, too. So, again, he was a little bit before his time, where it was a little bit bigger and tougher. But, again, he was a great two-way guy, great teammate. I would say maybe a Dylan Holloway. I don't know, maybe that type. I know it's a little bit, early to be bringing up that name, but he was a great player, and he's still playing great. I can barely get out of bed. It's good to see that he's still playing.
He's 40 years old, Stewie. 40 years old.
Well, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it. When you see Cooley, just ask him about the time that I used to work at Sam the Record Man.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Sweet. Thanks for coming on. That's Anthony Stewart, former NHLer from Sirius XM NHL Radio, TSN 1050. A lot of great points there and comments regarding around the league. And it's always neat to talk about players when they go overseas. Their experience overseas is so different. And look at how about he saying, yeah, KHL, they owe me $100,000 still. What do you think the chances of him getting that out of the KHL are? Pretty well none. Hey, when we come back, we'll have a real quick segment. We'll talk to you and tell you about just a perfect little golfing experience at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. It's coming up on Jason Greger's Month of Giving today, but we're going to give you a little sneak preview. That's right after the break. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube, X, and Facebook and Instagram.
It's the biggest game of the season. The Edmonton Oil Kings Teddy Bear Toss, presented by The Brick.
Family Fun Sunday, December 7th. Bring your new stuffed bears to the game, and when the Oil Kings score their first goal, the fur will fly onto the ice.
Help Santa's Anonymous collect thousands of bears this holiday season for families in need.
See the Oil Kings in their special Teddy Bear Toss-themed jerseys as they face the Prince Albert Raiders.
Teddy Bear Toss, presented by The Brick. 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon at Rogers Place.
Limited seats remain. Great family entertainment starts at just $20 a seat at oilkings.ca.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Wing Wednesday at First Round. Whether you're coming for the first round, the last round, or a few rounds in between, they've got you covered with half-price wings every Wednesday night. Half-price wings. Over 35 delicious flavors like Cajun salt and pepper, maple bacon, and Inferno wings, now half price every Wednesday night. Wash them down with a cold pint of Canadian or Coors Light for only $5.75. Half price Wing Wednesdays at First Round in West Ed and now downtown. First Round, burgers, beer, sports.
Don't look now, but I think we're being followed.
Oh, that's just my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Well, they're driving pretty close.
Because they're attached.
Save up to 15% on select tires until December 13th.
Cool.
Plus, get up to $125 off a set of 4 Goodyear tires.
Anything else?
Get $50 off a $150 service when you buy those tires.
Well, that's handy.
Yep.
And weird.
Well, I love my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Book your appointment online today. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Winter in Alberta doesn't mess around.
And neither does Titan Supply.
For over 50 years, we've earned the trust of our customers across a variety of industries.
Because we lead with integrity,
honesty,
and respect.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Brent from Titan Supply. When the weather hits hard,
We're fully stocked with rigging, lifting, and hauling gear that works as hard as you do.
Titan Supply,
Built on trust, driven by safety.
serving Edmonton, Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and Calgary.
Let us help you face the weather the Titan way.
Visit titansupply.ca.
and Karius Show, breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams, even though his favorite Junior A hockey team is the Yorkton Terriers. Thanks for checking in with Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 7:51 in Edmonton. Text 833-401-1440. One of them came in regarding from Scuff Darren about the Jays signing Cody Ponce for 3 years, $30 million out of the Korean League. We'll touch on that and a little bit more. Baseball in the 8 o'clock hour. How about at 8:40? We'll also mention the Raptors winning 121-118 over Portland. Scotty Barnes had 28. OKC wins again. What else is new over Golden State? 124-112. Jason Greger's got his month of giving. It's been 2 days since we've started rolling with the great things on the Jason Greger show. Yesterday, they had the Astoria Lighting Home package for up to 250 feet from Astoria Lighting. On Monday, it was the furnace or the AC unit from Legacy Heating and Cooling. Today, they've got a couple of items. One of them is a golf experience at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Now, here's what the package includes. 10 rounds of golf at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. And you get a power cart, and you get the use of the driving range before every round. So that's a good package right there as it is. Now, you get 1 round of golf as well for 3 others with head pro Sean Piercy. And this is the key, and whoever wrote this is bang on. Sean Piercy will get off his wallet and buy lunch and beverages. Been golfing with Pierce for decades here now, and it is tough. That wallet comes out, the moths start flying out, the dust. And this is if he finds his wallet. Never mind. So you got that. A round of golf for 3 people and the head pro Sean Piercy. That includes lunch and beverages. Then the third item from the Ranch Golf and Country Club. It's a round of golf for 2 with General Manager Murray McCourt and myself. Now, Murray and I have been doing this for many years, and this is a lot of fun. Murray picks up the lunch and the beverages and whatever else, and I might even buy a round of drinks. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But it is a lot of fun for the 2 people that come out. Now, we've had different people that have come from near and far. We had a father and son duo a couple of years ago. Then we had a couple dudes. The names are escaping me now, from Provost, Russ Houston Country, that drove like a couple of hours to play. But it is fun. So package number 2 today, one of the 2 packages, 10 rounds of golf at the Ranch Golf and Country Club, power cart, driving range, then a round of golf for 3 others, and 3 others with Sean Piercy, the head pro, and that's lunch and beverages. Then a round of golf for 2 with Murray McCourt, myself. This is a lot of fun. There's some friendly wagering, and there's some stories. We might tell you the Sam the Record Man story, the whole bit, but the bidding can start here this morning if you'd like. Send it our way, 833-401-1440. Send it our way, and Gregor will continue on with the bidding as the day progresses. But we'd like to get some bids coming in this morning just because, it's a good package. So 833-401-1440. Text 833-401-1440. Here it is, Craig and Red Deer. Morning, guys. Once again, Skinner let in a very soft goal, and that was the difference. Fine line between winning and losing. I sent one back and said, come on, Craig. You're better than that. Skinner was not the difference between winning and losing last night. And he responds, you saw that goal that Skinner allowed. 50-foot muffin from the point. He believes his 8-year-old could stop that. Craig, come on. And I said, you're better than that. That's not the reason that the Oilers lost last night. Stu made several key saves. I said right off the hop, it's a shot that he would like back. This is the third line for Minnesota out. After the Oilers kill off a penalty, the third line for Mini up against the Oilers loading up Connor, Leon, and Zach. The focus has to be there right from the draw. They were 61% on faceoffs, the Oilers were last night. They were 61%. They lost the draw. Bad Niv says, Kev, stop defending Skinner. It's not a great look, man. Come on, you guys. Just why? This incessant piling on. Should you get mad at Leon for losing the draw? Clean win? Like, come on. How about Zach Hyman? Elevate the puck. How about shoot the puck? You guys just take the de facto easy one and just let it run all the time. It's not a good look on you guys. Coming up top of the hour, we got Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. Before that, Sports 1440 update brought to you by Nectar.io. Transforming field data into boardroom insights. Nectar.io is the all-in-one solution for your fleet safety, time tracking, and materials management needs. Nectar.io, your business made better. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Edmonton Oilers putting 33 shots on Jesper Wallstedt last night. Could not get one past the Wild goaltenders. Minnesota wins 1-0 from Rogers Place. Stu Skinner, 23 saves in the loss. It was Wallstedt's fourth shutout in just his past 6 starts. None of the games around the NHL, including the Sens over the Habs 5-2. Toronto beating Florida 4-1. Calgary spanked in Nashville 5-1. Rangers beat the Stars 3-2 in overtime. And the league's leading scorer, Nate McKinnon, netting 2 as the Avalanche top Vancouver 3-1. In the PWHL, Minnesota victorious there as well as they beat Ottawa 5-1. And on the hardwood, the Raptors back in the win column with a 121-118 victory. Scotty Barnes, 28-7-7. 5 of the games included the Knicks losing in Boston 123-117. And the Thunder, they get a 13th straight win, 124-112 over the Warriors. Toronto Blue Jays continue to be active in the MLB offseason, signing right-hander Cody Ponce to a 3-year, $30 million deal. Ponce was the MVP of the Korean League last year, last pitch in the majors back in 2021 with Pittsburgh. And Alek Manoah, former Blue Jay, he's signing with the Angels on a 1-year, $1.95 million contract. Coming up in hour 2 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Sportsnet's Mark Spector, as well as Saskatchewan Rush play-by-play man Cody Jansen. I'm Brandon Douglas, that's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
Well, get ready for a silly hockey fans. Your partner in power just skated onto the ice.
EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365.
UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking.
Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service.
Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at EWEL.ca and win that project.
Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
60 years ago, we started selling trucks as Western GMC Buick. Today, we are Wolf GMC Buick. We're still located on the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road with the same ownership for over 2 decades. Our customers have trusted our family-owned, community-driven business, and for that, we are thankful. If you're looking for a truck or SUV, pop in and one of our seasoned professionals will get you a great deal, hassle-free. Come trust our team at Wolf GMC Buick. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
Planning your next event? Let Loca Quality Market cater. From made-to-order meals to gourmet platters to full chef tasting experiences, they make entertaining effortless. Visit loca.ca to start planning today.
Top quality flooring, locally owned, and Canadian products from Beaulieu. Yeah, that's CFI.
CFI what?
No, CFI, Custom Floors Inc.
From free estimate to professional installation, contact Custom Floors Inc. at customfloorsinc.ca.
More Edmonton families than ever are struggling as food prices skyrocket. The Holiday Hamper Foundation provides festive meals for 2,000 homes in need. Your donation ensures a turkey is on the table for every family. Donate today at holidayhamper.ca.
Aloha Edmonton, it's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
Vinny and Don in Hockey are dedicated to skill development for all hockey players. If you know a student athlete interested in growing as a person and a player, register for a free shadow day. Beginner or experienced, this program develops a student athlete skill in a supportive environment. It's a great opportunity for prospective student athletes entering grades 3 through 12 to see what Vinny and Donnan have to offer. Visit vinnyridge.epsb.ca or donnan.epsb.ca for more info and to sign up.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8:02 in Edmonton. Hey, our month of giving for Jason Greger's month of giving, starting it off today, is off to a roaring start. Pillman came in to $1,500 to start things off. The rounds of golf for 10. Golfing with Piercy, golfing with myself and Marie McCourt. That's been upped by Mike to $1,750. Our old buddy Mike out in Camrose. Outstanding. I think it's Mike in Camrose. No, I don't think it is. It's two Mikes, different Mike. But Mike, appreciate it. Out in he's in Alberta. He's not in Edmonton, I don't think, Duke, but Mike's bidding $1,750. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, big guy. Time now for On the Mark with Mark Spector, and it is brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet, Buick GMC. Stop in today and play the Wish and Win. Man, is this cool or what? So it's a chance for win up to $25,000 towards a new vehicle. You're guaranteed a $500 prize. Play today at Northgate Chevrolet, Buick GMC. I'm picturing the great big wheel. You spin it, something like that. Oh, it'd be great to do that out there with Mike. I'm sure Spec would love spinning the wheel too. As we welcome in Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. Good morning, Spec.
What's going on, Kev? How you doing this morning?
Well, getting a lot of texts coming in blaming Stu Skinner for the loss last night. I've lost my marbles there for a bit. That's the way it goes.
Okay, well, he should have scored to tie the game up. I will say that.
Yeah. No goals, and then he's the reason. And we talked about the goal, but I mean,
watch the goal.
The reasons the Oilers lost, I don't think he cracks my top 10.
No, not at all. For the goal itself, if you watch the goal, I froze a frame last night on my video where as the shot leaves the stick, there's a screen right in front of him. So I know the screen's out there, but the point is, it's not. He doesn't see the puck from the blue line. He sees the puck from about the hash marks, and it's a hard shot inside the post, and it beats him. Knobloch said he thought it hit something. I don't know if it hit something.
I don't think it did. Yeah,
I don't think it did either. But whatever. It's a screen. It's a screenshot from the point that gets in, and you know what? I'd say to you this: everybody out there knows that the Oilers have had goaltending challenges here, and I've written it many times, right? The goaltending is probably not good enough here, and they got to get some work done on that. Bowman's been working for months and months and months. Can't find the guy.
I just on the whole play, to me, it's just the concentration level didn't click in like it clicked in a second late. From the face-off to the back of the net is 2 seconds, Spec.
Oh, for sure. I mean, someone needs to stop the guy that screens the goal. He shouldn't get a free path through the slot. Someone should tie that puck up a little bit better. Draisaitl loses the draw clean. I mean, Edmonton won, I think, 61% of the draws last night.
Yeah.
But that's the one that mattered. I was going to say, for all the goaltending problems you had around here, Now you got a guy who just gave you 6 periods of hockey and let one in.
Yeah.
And if you're dumb enough to look at that game and say that the reason they lost is because it's the goalie, you got to shake your head. Your goalie let in 1 goal all night and you lost the game. Right?
Exactly.
If you're walking around this morning telling people at work that Skinner's the reason you lost, you should wear a sandwich board that says, I don't know jack about hockey, and I'm kind of dumb on the rest of the things that I do in my life because 1 goal, 1-0 game, and you're blaming a goalie, give your head a shake, man.
I tried that, Spec. It didn't work. I was getting berated by our listeners. Berated.
Yeah, well, you better get smarter listeners next time, Kev.
Well, they're going to be coming after you right now, too. So, the one thing that we talked about in the press box, even about the shoot first mentality, Connor McDavid even addressed it primarily with himself after the game. Yeah. This is a situation where he said this at the start of the year that he wanted to have that. And I mean, it's a simple question to him, simple question to anyone. Like, why or how did he get away from that?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I was I'm not blowing my horn here, but he said to me at an article I did with him before they showed up for camp even, he said, one of my goals this year is to score more. He says, I've had big assist years and big goal years, and I like scoring more than I like getting assists. He said before he even showed up for camp, like before camp opened, a stated goal of his, and he brought it up, I didn't bring it up, was I want to shoot more, I want to score more. And I thought, okay, well, that's going to make for an interesting season. And it hasn't gone that way at all. It has not changed his game to that direction, even a little bit. And last night's a great example. He walked down Main Street 2 times and opted for backdoor plays that in the end, the scoring chance was diminished by the pass that he made. And I know if it goes in, we all say a great play, but in a game like last night where you just needed something, you needed 1 goal, those 2 Connor McDavid looks from the low slot with nobody between him and the goalie, I like him scoring on one of them, that's for sure.
If anyone that's played a lick of the game at a decent level will tell you, when Connor's coming in on that play, that was right before the power play and Hyman's opportunity and Ekholm's post. And that's the one play you're talking about, Spec. He's coming around and his momentum is taking him towards his backhand. But he's good enough that he can change gears midstream and take that puck from his backhand to the forehand and get that shot off. It's not going to be maybe the shot that he wants, but it's almost like everyone is looking for perfection on a play.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, they had their power play last night had 3 shots on goal. And, I know it's a good power play and they're stingy with their shots because when they get one, it often goes in. But last night was a good, every once in a while you get to a game like last night where you look back on it and you say, man, a garbage goal sure would have come in handy. A puck off of Hyman's shin guards would have come in handy. A long point shot by Bouchard, who's another guy that he meets out that point shot like everyone costs him $1,000. A long point shot by Bouchard through traffic that maybe screened Wallstead and went in the same way Brodin's went in. Like any of those things, all you need is one here and you're getting a point. And when they score 5 and they're all beauties, you go, hey man, this team sure can't throw it around. But on a night like last night, their inability to give themselves a chance at a garbage goal stings them, right? Stings them.
Well, what happened in Seattle, Spec? Think about the power play goal in Seattle. I mean, it's Leon Draisaitl trying to pass to McDavid. It hits Hyman's skate and goes in.
Yeah, sure.
So
you get a little luck. And they were the better team last night. Like, let's switch off of all the things we don't like about them. Kev, they played a fantastic hockey game against maybe the hottest team in hockey next to Colorado last night. Minnesota has a 12-game point streak going on, right? They got points in 12 straight. You could tell the way they played last night. They're right on top of their game. They're at that point in the season where they're probably not going to play better than this at this moment for the rest of the year. Like they are apexing right now. They're a good looking team, man. And their goalie is smoking red hot.
Yeah.
The guys played 15 games in the league, got 5 shutouts. Like everything is going right for Minnesota. They're at that point. And the Oilers were the better team on the ice last night. They had more of the play. They had more shots. They had more chances. You know, they were better. So it's a shame for them that they lost. Too bad. But I'll tell you what, like they got 4 games left in this homestand. That game beats Seattle tomorrow. It beats Winnipeg Saturday. I'll bet you it beats Buffalo and Detroit if they could run it out 4 more times. It was a good game they played. They didn't get any breaks. They didn't maybe create any breaks. But the Oilers played fantastic last night. They've allowed 1 goal in the last 6 periods of hockey. Their problem has been defensive hockey. Well, the last 6 periods, they've been as good a team defensively as you could absolutely ask for.
Mark Spector with us on Sports 1440. Trent Frederick, coach said some things about Frederick. Also moved him up a couple of times, gave him an opportunity. Played, some minutes, a couple of shifts with Leon and Connor. I'm still not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing anything. I guess I should say that.
Yeah. No, he's in a major struggle here. Like I think we can all agree that, having seen him in his career, like let me back up. People who thought you were getting a top 6 player, you weren't getting a top 6 player. That's okay. The Oilers have lots of top 6 players. This guy's a 3rd-line player. He's a banger. He's a 12 to 15 goal guy. That's what he is. Like, don't expect a world beater here. I never did. That's fine. We don't need a world beater out of this guy. But there's certain things he does have to do. He needs to bang and crash. He needs to take people to the net. He needs to defend his teammates. He needs to create some havoc from which that garbage goal emerges, right? That you didn't get last night. He's lost right now. He doesn't know who he is. He's starting the game in the 4th line. He's not part of the mix on this team yet. He's 30 games into his first, of an 8-year contract. And I guarantee you, he's looking at himself in the mirror saying, hey man, I gotta earn this thing. Like, I'm not earning this deal. They put a lot of trust in me. My teammates here put a lot of trust in me. I'm part of this thing for 8 years. And right now I can't even figure out what my job is on this team. So to me, he's lost mentally. He's got to get something to cling to, a responsibility, Kev. He's got to figure out what it is he does on this team and do it for 5 games in a row and then get a foothold and take it from there. But right now, he's at ground zero. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's doing nothing.
It's funny sometimes when players are so fragile, and that's what Frederick is right now.
Yep.
It almost, and some teams have done this in the past. You fly in his dad or something. You know what I mean? You get someone here that has that, your dependability between the two, something that is so tight to a guy that there's a fabric between the two of you. Would that help? And I'm not saying his dad, maybe it's a buddy. I have no clue anymore.
Well, listen, what Knobloch said yesterday, that he's struggling. We expect more from him, but it's our job to figure it out and find it. So don't think that the Edmonton coaching staff, anyone who has a contact that once coached on a team that had Frederick isn't phoning that guy and saying, hey, what did you do? Yeah. What do we do to get this guy going? What are the things that turn his crank, or what is the position, or whatever? Like I'm sure they're doing the deep dive, Kev. I'm sure they're doing the deep dive. You're right. Whether you're bringing in his, childhood dog or what you're doing, you got to do. You can't stop working at it, right? You can't stop working at it, because I think we can complain that we don't like his game, and we can rip him to shreds if that's what we want to do. But I think we'd all agree there is a better player here than what we're watching right now. And it is Chris Knobloch and his staff's job to find that better player.
We've had lots of text back coming in about Connor Clattenburg's usage last night, under 5 minutes. I think he just got lost in the shuffle of some penalties and power plays in the second period. And at that point, you kind of have to go with some other guys. I don't know. What are your thoughts on him?
The way that the Oilers played last night, from the 194 feet before the goal line, they played a fantastic hockey game. It was flawless, right? They played a flawless hockey game, So I'm not here to second guess player usage or how the game was coached. You want to second guess McDavid for passing it in the slot? Go ahead. You want to second guess Hyman for a physical inability to raise a puck. The game's fast, man. It happens. You want to second guess Draisaitl for losing the clean draw? Go ahead. But I'm not second guessing Knobloch for for the game the Oilers rolled out last night, that was a fantastic game of hockey against one of the best teams in the league. Clattenburg played 6 minutes. Who cares? They allowed one goal and outplayed Minnesota. They were way the better team.
That's where I'm at. I mean, I think he just got lost in there, and he's
whatever.
That's just the way it goes. But
listen,
we got a lot of text on it. So
yeah, coach has a hard time. Like, that's a tight game. I think they felt like you can't give up the second goal. They played the players they trusted. Sometimes a green rookie like Clattenburg, that's the game he gets left at the end of the bench. I mean, we've seen it for years and years. I don't think he probably hasn't earned his coach's trust defensively yet as a young player. And there's no shame in that. So if he sits out a little bit in a game of that measure, big deal. He'll get lots of ice time. Don't worry.
Well, Spec, what's on the agenda when you go down to the rink today?
Well, got to figure something out. I just filed like 10 hours ago. Don't start asking what I'm writing today. If you were my boss, I'd tell you, I'm giving you, hey?
You just had a week off, man.
Whatever. It was exactly what it was. I didn't think about hockey for 30 seconds in that week. It was awesome.
Yes, you did. I saw you text something out or tweet something out.
I'll get out of the rink and take the temperature, see what's going on with this team. I think they're feeling good. I know they're feeling good about themselves.
There too. Yeah.
Once you wake up after that loss, you go, it's too bad we lost, but you know what? 1 goal against in 2 games. Their issue here is defensive hockey. Everyone listening to this show knows it. Their issue this year has been they're the worst. They're giving up the most goals 5-on-5, right? They're one of the worst defensive teams. They got the worst save percentage in the league. Well, they just went 6 periods giving up 1 goal. So that to me it looks like a team that's starting to find itself. So I would think they'll be in a pretty good mood today.
As I said, they need 7 out of 8 points here in these 4 games. They need 7 out of 8.
I'd say play like you played last night, you'll get it.
And if not, 8 out of 8. So, Spec, good stuff. See you later, big fella. We'll talk soon.
All right, man.
Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet on the mark. Brought to you by, fueled by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. This truck's for you. When we come back, we're going to maybe shift gears here a little bit and talk a little lacrosse. The NLL season is underway. The Saskatchewan Rush get things going against Calgary on Saturday. That's coming up with Cody Jensen, the Rush play-by-play man after the break. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. Streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Black Friday deals continue at The Brick. And until December 11th, you can save big in every department. Save up to $1,000 off sectionals, up to 40% off mattresses, and up to 30% off furniture. Plus, buy more, save more. Up to an extra $300 off select major appliances. It's your last chance for Black Friday deals. See thebrick.com for details and exclusions. The Brick, saving you more.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey Culligan, I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.ca.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection? Incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
It's the most festive sale of the season, the Big Bin Sale at Metal Supermarkets, now through Saturday. They're clearing out everything in the off-cut bins at 30% off. A wide assortment of miscellaneous metal, 30% off. And remember, metal makes a great stocking stuffer, right, kids? Now go build your dad a nice shelf for the garage. The Big Bin Sale ends Saturday at Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
This Christmas, Subaru is proud to support the Little Warriors, a national charitable organization dedicated to protecting children, raising awareness, and helping survivors heal from the trauma of child sexual abuse. Join us for a Phil Forster event at Rally Subaru in Subaru City. We're collecting much-needed items like AAA batteries, art supplies, backpacks for kids, winter gear, and laundry essentials. Drop off your donations at either location and be entered to win a free detail package. Thank you for your support from Subaru.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
Program 822 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne. Josh Fenwick with you here on Sports 1440. Hey, man, our listeners are the tops, the best. We've had our little package going to start off this morning. You'll hear the rest of it on the Jason Gregor Show coming up at 2 till 6. It's for Gregor's month of giving. It was the package for around 10 rounds of golf at the ranch, and then a round of 3 plus yourself with Sean Piercy, the head pro. He'll pay for lunch and beverages if he ever does get off his wallet. Then Murray McCourt, the GM, and myself will host a pair of golfers as well for lunch and drinks and everything. And that is a hoot. It's an absolute hoot. Text rolling in on this incredible package. Wardo and YYC went to 1850, but the Pillman is countered back. The Pillman comes through with 2K. Gotta love the Pillman. So 2K, that's where we're at for the golf package. We're going to talk a little lacrosse here right now with Cody Jansen and our headliner of the day, Saskatchewan Rush play-by-play man. The headliner of the day is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing, the plumber to call when the toilet mysteriously breaks after your jalapeno pepper popper fueled game night with the fellas. That's mrreuter.ca as we welcome in Cody Jansen, Rush play-by-play man. Good morning, Cody. Welcome back to Sports 1440. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on the big show this morning. Appreciate it, man.
Morning, Kevin. Happy to be here.
How fired up are you for another Rush season in the NLL here, kicking off Saturday against Calgary?
A lot more fired up than the past few seasons, obviously. Yeah. It's a team that went to the championship, and now the expectations are to win one, right? So I think anytime you're in that position, that's a good feeling.
So tell us a little bit about this Rush team. And, you know, I went through the roster, and I'm always, the first thing that I do is still try to find the Edmonton connections, Cody. It's getting harder to harder. Obviously, Derek Keenan is there, and Jimmy Quinlan, but it's getting harder and harder. But it's just been a number of years, hasn't it?
A few connections, that's fair, but I would say the major points on this team in some way, shape, or form have a connection to Edmonton, which is just how the lacrosse world works. It's funny where the niche hotbeds pop up, but you've got head coach Jimmy Quinlan, an Edmonton teacher, and just an absolute student of the game under Derek Keenan, who's now continued to take on bigger roles in the league. You've got Robert Church, who was a star for the Edmonton Rush, a first-round draft pick, led them to a championship in 2015. You've got Levi Anderson, who led the Edmonton Senior Miners to the President's Cup in Oakville. You've got a lot of those connections that just they seemingly don't go away. It feels like it's all over the league, though, too. You look at Calgary's roster and doing prep for the Roughnecks, it's just everything seems to tie back to the Miners or Edmonton, yeah. And it just shows how impressive the Prairie lacrosse scene has been.
Well, you mentioned all the great minor lacrosse teams that we have here, and it goes to just how popular lacrosse is in Edmonton. Since you've been doing the play-by-play, Cody, have you found that the grassroots is growing more and more in Saskatchewan with lacrosse?
Well, I started at a weird time in Saskatchewan where obviously we had the pause. Lacrosse wasn't being played for a good year and a half, 2 years. So numbers really took a drop off. But I will say over the past couple of years, we've seen a massive spike. And I think that, yes, tip your hat to the National Lacrosse League, programs like Unboxed, what the Rush have done in the communities, but you also see it growing at other grassroots levels, including the junior level, the senior level. The summer ball really has an impact. So of recent, there's been a great junior B team out of Regina, or tier 1 team out of Regina, the Queen City Kings. They went to the Founders Cup again for the past couple of years. The Prince Albert Predators are Western Canada junior B champions for the last couple of years. And I think that year-round lacrosse is really bringing up those minor numbers again, which is awesome to see. And then you get all the excitement that the Saskatchewan Rush build in the winter, because that just leads right into the summer ball lacrosse season when all kids in Canada are actually playing the game.
Yeah. Cody Jansen, Saskatchewan Rush play-by-play man, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show here on Sports 1440. So let's go a little more in depth about this Rush team. And as you said, sort of like building and trying to grow the roster to get back to where, the team was as far as championships and league success goes. Let's start in goal with the Tendies. What do you make of what you got in goal here?
Exactly. I honestly think if you look back to Game 3 of the NLL Finals last year, there's one different player going to be in the lineup come opening night. And so you bring back Frank Chiliano. This is going to be his 15th season in the league. He was drafted back in 2011 as a teenager by the Calgary Roughnecks. He was the starter. He was the goalie of the year last year. He posted an 800 save percentage for, hockey fans. That's going to sound low, obviously, for lacrosse fans. And 800 is pretty dang good. So you've got him back, and then you've got Thomas Kajzik going into year 3. He's the goalie of the future. You got a couple of starts last year, went 2-0, won them both. He's only 21, though. He just finished up juniors. He is going to be a stud in the league, but he doesn't have to be forced into a starter's role. And I think that's how the best goaltenders in the league develop, is they get eased in, because this league is just ruthless towards young goaltenders. You play once a week. There's not a lot of time to develop once you're in the National League. And so letting him, ride it out behind a veteran for the first few years is going to be crucial to him becoming an elite level starter in this league.
Yeah. What about that mentorship? As you mentioned, Chiliano's been around a long time, and he's not going to be here forever. And it's always sometimes tough, whatever position you're playing, you don't want to give up your spot or your site, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to happen someday, and you need to have that transition period. So how do you think that fostering relationship will go, Cody?
I think it's awesome because Frank Chiliano and Thomas Kajzik have built that bond where, it's the perfect veteran and rookie combo where Frank Chiliano is the first one to step aside in practice and be like, hey, let's get this kid some more reps when power play one's working out there. Let's get him some more opportunities. When Frank and his wife, they had a baby in season last year, Frank took a couple of weeks off. And honestly, I think it was partially him and the team being like, no, I actually think this is good. This is good. We get Thomas Kajzik in some extra games. There's trust there. And you just can't fake that, right? It's so hard to build that true relationship where, as you said, it can be a dog-eat-dog world in pro sports and someone's gunning for your job, but this feels like a true mentorship program. And I think that that's a special relationship.
Cody Jansen with us, Saskatchewan Rush play-by-play man on Sports 1440. Defensively, how does this team stack up going into the season, Cody? Any new additions, any holdovers of note that you can let our listeners know on?
Arguably the best defensive core in the league. You've got the returning defensive player of the year in Matt Hossack. You've got two of the best leaders out the back gate in Mike Messenger and Holden Garland. You've got someone up for transition player of the year pretty much every year in Jake Boudreau, Ryan Barnable, and then their first-round draft pick this year is Levi Virch. It's a kid out of Victoria. He's about 6 feet tall, but he's 225 pounds, just built like a fridge, hits like a truck. And so if there's one new face out the back gate this year, it's going to be Levi Virch. And I think that that's something that the team really needs. They're a little undersized at times, but they're very fast. Their defenders can move it up the floor, but having a bit more size, a bit more grit, sometimes you got to get your work boots on, especially come playoffs. And I think a guy like Levi Virch, while he's young, he's still a little green. It's going to be his rookie season. There's going to be growing pains. I think he could be the missing piece that Sask didn't have last year.
What about up front, Cody? And you mentioned Robert Church, and fans are familiar with him. Anyone else of note that we'll be keeping an eye on this year?
You got Ryan Keenan. You still got Derek Keenan's son, who was the first overall pick back in 2016. Ryan's still slinging it. Another 72-point season last year. You've got Zach Mans. You've got Austin Shanks, 2 more guys, 70-plus points. Church is obviously the big one. There is a couple of youngsters. You've got Josh Zawada, another Edmonton product, came out of that Blues organization, pre-COVID. And so I think that Josh Zawada is going to play a bigger role this year. Mm-hmm. It's just going to come down to, when is he going to get that opportunity? And when he gets in the lineup, is he going to make the most of it? Same thing as a Levi Anderson, a couple of youngsters, both, came through the Alberta circuit. If you come into the lineup and don't make an impact, they're probably switching you out right away. It's there's not 82 games to get your rep. There's 18 in this league, and regular season is just getting closer and closer with the parity in this league. So it feels like a lot of those youngsters, if you come in and don't make an impact, there's a chance you're sitting for the next 2-3 weeks.
What kind of style, Cody, do you think that Quinlan and Keenan will have this team playing?
Fast. That is the number one thing. Derek Keenan, Jimmy Quinlan. I mean, Jimmy could probably still play in the league. Look at the shape he's in. Those guys get more gym reps in than anyone on the weekends. But, they just play such a fast up. That north-south game, no one can keep up with the rush when they're doing that. Not even the Buffalo Bandits could. But other teams find ways to slow it down, put the game in a bit of mud and molasses, and that's when the Rush can get in trouble. But when the Rush are on their game, they're playing north-south, they're scoring in transition, and their speed, their fitness is better than anyone in the league.
Well, I don't know if Jimmy can play. It's been, a dozen years since he's played?
He can still shoot the pill. He can still run with the best of them. It's funny. You see him out there in practice, and he's taking part in the drills. He loves it. The guys love him. I think when you've got that good player-coach relationship, too, you can just see it in the players every single time they touch the floor. Mm-hmm. That's what Jimmy Quinlan brings.
Yeah, that's something. I think it's 2013 when he retired. We had the commissioner on, Cody, a while back. We always, we've got some games coming up and things in that sense with expansion, and everyone talks about that. And would a team come back here? And it's all about, as we talked with the commissioner, it's all about venue availability. I mean, let's be honest, in Saskatoon, if you guys had, a pro team as well as the Blades, it would be tougher. And that's just the reality of it. Do you ever see things changing to where the league would go to, a different time period on the calendar to accommodate this? Because there's only so many dates that, all the teams want. As far as, prime dates go. And if the NLL were ever to come back to Edmonton, there just isn't the room for them right now in the building.
I feel like you were just listening to an interview I did last week with a Vancouver radio host. I was pretty blunt about it. I think that a summer league is a possibility, should be a possibility, and could very well be in consideration in the next few years. I don't know what the new CBA has to be in play to stop that. Obviously, they just signed a new 4-year CBA, a collective bargaining agreement, players, owners. But I truly believe summer is a feasible option. Summer could be the best option. Now, in Canada, it could hurt fan-wise in that attendance might go down. You only get, 4 months of beautiful summer in Saskatchewan. Are people going to want to spend 9 weekends in the arena? I think the answer still is yes. But a bigger thing is that the media world in Canada and North America starves in the summertime, right? In winter, it's so saturated with hockey and football and all these other things. I think there is a massive opportunity if this league was to move to summer. I don't have the dollars and cents in front of me. You bring up arena availability. That's one of the best arguments possible, is you would have way more opportunities for home game dates versus the winter when you're always battling with hockey. So I say absolutely yes. I would love to see more studies done on it. And I think that you would just continue to grow the game because box lacrosse is already being played at the minor levels in summer.
Cody Johnson with us on Sports 1440. A couple questions from our text line. Can Crush 65 asks, is Triolo back with the Rush? I didn't see him on the roster, Cody.
Mike Triolo was traded to Buffalo this summer, actually. And so him and his wife ended up moving out to the Toronto region. So I'm not sure if it was a request he made, if it was the team doing him a bit of a favor. Obviously, when he was in Edmonton, it's super easy travel, Edmonton to Saskatoon. The other way around, not exactly great. And so he was originally a Buffalo Bandits draft pick. So if this is his, final lap in the league, I think it's pretty cool. He gets to, play in front of Bandit land for that.
Justin texted, and normally I would do a little more research on this one, but I just, CJ Kirst. Kevin, asked him about CJ Kirst.
Yeah, CJ Kirst, an absolute weapon, first overall pick, playing in Toronto. He's that next generation of American box lacrosse stars. They're very athletic, they're very fast, but they're very raw. So he's got all the skill. You saw it multiple times in their season opener against Oshawa, where he can just absolutely cut to the cage, no problem. But that box lacrosse IQ isn't fully there yet. Even though he's played some juniors and stuff like that, you'll see him missing picks. You'll see him stepping in the crease more often, finding himself out of position. So give him a year, and he's going to be one of the best American box lacrosse players in the game.
Wow. Anything special for the season opener on Saturday against Calgary, Cody?
It's a battle of the prairies. You get the Calgary Roughnecks in town. You get a ton of those Alberta connections playing. And anytime it's Calgary, Saskatchewan, I've yet to see a boring game between these two teams. So I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, Rush Nation's going to show up. It gets loud in Sask Health Center, and you get the Roughnecks. It always feels like there's some fireworks. And I know when it was the Edmonton Rush and Calgary Roughnecks, that Battle of Alberta always seemed to find a few fisticuffs. It translated pretty well at the Battle of the Prairies.
Cody, as always, thanks for your time. Have a great call on Saturday night, and we'll probably hook up as the season progresses here. Take care, man.
Always a pleasure, Kevin.
That's Cody Johnson, Saskatchewan Rush, play-by-play man. Every time I see the Rush, I still, I see silver and black, and I want to say Edmonton Rush, and it just doesn't look the same, does it, in Saskatoon? Like they had the best unis, didn't they have the best unis?
Oh, they were slick. They were very good. Yeah, I've talked about it a few times that I'd never been to a game, and then it was last season, and I went to quite a few, and I was at the game they won the NLL championship, and I was like, this is awesome. And then as the summer progresses, like, they're moving. And like, I didn't follow the league or the sport that closely, but you catch wind of that in the mainstream news, and you're like, well, that's certainly disappointing. I was kind of just cutting my teeth in on this a little bit. So I know we've talked about it before. I would love to see a team make their way back here to Edmonton in the NLL, but I think I'm right there with you and Cody that I think a transition to a different season schedule kind of timeline on the calendar would make sense for the league in total.
Well, and again, it's just about venue availability. I mean, if you're the Rush, you want to be playing on a Monday night here all the time. It's not good for attendance. I mean, you got to get some decent dates. You want to play in the Friday, Saturday prime times, and you're not doing that with the Oilers and the Oil Kings here. It's not going to happen. And just think if somewhere down the road you get a PWHL team as well. That's what's hurting the PWHL here is venue dates. It's that simple. Text 833-401-1440. Our month of giving package for the Ranch Golf and Country Club still at $2,000 for the Pillman. Send it our way at 833-401 if you want to up the Pillman. Oh boy, man, that would be something if we could get like 25. How about $3,000 for this? It's for the month of giving. Gregor does a fabulous job. He's raised millions over the years, send us a text. It's the month of giving. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Wow. What did you do here, Mr. Rooter?
Well, we've got a Jube Jube toilet, complete with an icing-based wax seal. The main water line is licorice, red for hot, black for cold. You got your standard marshmallow hot water tank and a candy cane sewer line. And on the outside, candy corn hose pips. Disgusting, but they get the job done.
To have your Yule clogs fixed, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
It's the biggest game of the season. The Edmonton Oil Kings Teddy Bear Toss, presented by The Brick.
Family Fun Sunday, December 7th. Bring your new stuffed bears to the game, and when the Oil Kings score their first goal, the fur will fly onto the ice.
Help Santa's Anonymous collect thousands of bears this holiday season for families in need.
See the Oil Kings in their special Teddy Bear Toss-themed jerseys as they face the Prince Albert Raiders.
Teddy Bear Toss, presented by The Brick. 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon at Rogers Place.
Limited seats remain. Great family entertainment starts at just $20 a seat at oilkings.ca.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Big guests, bigger takes. Jason Gregor brings the names you know and the stories you don't. Weekdays, 2 to 6 on Sports 1440. Don't miss a minute of the action on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake. But it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. But what's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee. Still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
Hey, you know winter is really freaking cold, right? So play it smart. Don't get caught freezing in your car with your pants down and no power. At Big Toy Shop right now, lead-acid batteries are just $129. $129 is a great price for a good start. Big Toy Shop. Power up and save some bucks at Big Toy Shop, 8315 Argyle Road, 780-298-2797.
Derry is a beautiful place, but things do happen from time to time.
Crave is the exclusive home of groundbreaking HBO originals, including It, Welcome to Derry, the much-anticipated new series from the world of Stephen King. Go back to where it all began.
There's something bad here in Derry.
It, Welcome to Derry. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8:44 in Edmonton. The Duke is getting into the Christmas spirit. Your old buddy Sammy Kershaw? Is that who that is?
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes you feel a little Randy Travis in there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know,
Well, I think it's a little bit of the sound, like
Yeah.
the age of music, the era, but then
Yeah.
like that deep timbre voice.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I mean,
That's a great one.
well, first of all, Duke, you said that you were just going to incorporate 2 songs next week. So that means you still got time for one more song this week, meaning that you will incorporate 2 songs, Christmas songs, this week.
How do you figure?
Well, you got time. We got another couple hours here.
Well, maybe that's the only one I'm going to play today.
No, you got to get one in the 10 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll get a heavy rock one in for when we got Schlemmer in, because normally during Schlemmer's 2 hours we keep it pretty old school rock, some real K97 vibes.
Tub Guy wants to know exactly what that package was. Speaking of the Christmas spirit and the Jason Greger month of giving, we're in day number 3 here on the month of giving, and it is a golf experience at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. 10 rounds of golf at the ranch, power cart for each round, and the driving range for every round. You get a round of golf for 3 with head pro Sean Piercy, who will get off his wallet and buy lunch and beverages, Piercy, and beverages. Not on your promo tab. Not on your promo tab. You're bringing the wallet out with the moths and the dust and everything. Then also 1 round of golf with myself and Marie McCourt and yourself, the lucky winner, and another. So I'll foursome. 2 golfers with Murray and myself, and this is a ton of funny. It's a barrel of monkeys. There's a lot of laughs, a lot of jokes. Usually someone gets made fun of. It's probably Murray for the most part. Pillman is the highest bidder right now at $2,000. That's the top bid so far. We're going to continue this as the morning progresses right through the Jason Greger show, but we got a hell of a head start here from the Pillman at $2,000. Look at this. B wants you to play Twisted Sister, Duke. You could do that for Schlemmer, could you not?
I think that would fit for sure.
That's a heavy metal Christmas carol. Oh, come all ye faithful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've played that before, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Dude, by the time we get to Christmas Day, 22 days from now, we'll be deep in the bag. We'll be pulling out everyone you've ever heard of and probably a couple you haven't.
Yeah. Have you started your Christmas shopping, Duke?
No. What are you talking about? Actually, but that's a good point. I have a family Christmas, the Davidson family Christmas this weekend at Cumberland Community Hall. Cousin Nails will be there, of course, amongst many others. I am going to have to get something for the men's gift exchange. Usually a lot of tools traded back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think last year I brought a nice set of pliers set with some vice grips and locking pliers. Vice grips a name brand, but
you buy something that you would grab
that you would buy for yourself.
Yeah.
And then if you my grandpa, who's now 99 years old, for as long as I can remember going to Davidson family Christmas, he always leaves with the same thing he brought.
Yeah. That's what they want.
Primarily.
Exactly. I do that frequently too. You know what I used to do, Duke, is say, there's say it's a $50 limit.
Right.
I would, many times I've just wrapped up a brick.
Taped a 50 to it?
No.
Oh.
Like maybe 80.
Oh.
Sometimes $100 bill.
Wow.
Just to see everyone's greed over the Christmas season. You could have the best box of chocolates.
Wow, how very festive of you, Kevin.
Of course, the Jason Greger month of giving, it's going to the Christmas Bureau. Pillman, that's where your 2K is going right now, to the Christmas Bureau. Text 833-401-1440. Got to bring in Fenny here now, because Montana to Rice texted in. It said, Karius, did you hear the conspiracy theory Josh said about me and you and I, yesterday on the lowdown? I did not hear this conspiracy theory. Josh.
Yeah. So we were playing Hi, My Name Is yesterday. We changed it up, 20 questions. And so we were asking, to be fair, I asked some very dumb questions that I should have known the answer to myself, but that's on me. But MTR likes to say, wake up, because you tell people to wake up all the time. But he kept saying it and kept saying it. I was like, I think Kevin has overplayed his hand here. MTR might be Kevin Karius in disguise.
No.
And it's a funny thought, because you have this bet with MTR, and it'd be really funny if it was just you betting against yourself.
I'll take that, Well, here's the bet is, if San Fran gets to 12 wins, MTR wins, correct? If it's 11 wins, it's a push. If it's 10 wins, I win. Is that how it goes?
I really don't. I
don't think
I have to find. I have to find
what Rowdy Roddy said.
Okay. But I swear the line was set at a half, so there would be no push.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was 11 and a half. There's a couple times you've tried to say it's 12 and a half, so I don't really know who to believe. But
MTR says that's correct.
If he says that's correct, then that's fine. If 11's a push, 11's a push. But I don't know why you guys would pick an even number.
I don't know. I mean, it's so long. Well, it's like 3 months ago.
There would be a way to figure it out.
Yeah, but the problem is the bets were changing on the fly. I remember, and MTR, I think he was trying to be honest. Rowdy Roddy, I'm not so sure. I think Rowdy Roddy's just as honest as MTR, to be honest with you, if that makes sense. Because Rowdy Roddy came in the other day and said that the Niners got to go 3-1 here for those guys to win.
Right.
So I don't. It's the Christmas season, MTR. It's the Christmas season, Rowdy Roddy. Maybe we'll just go out and have a rum and eggnog together. Would you do that, Duke, as well?
Have a rum and eggnog?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have one. I don't know. I don't really think I'd enjoy it much.
So here's the key for rum and eggnog.
Well, okay, let me cut you off quickly here. First of all, it has to be Kevin Karius homemade eggnog because that's the best. That, of course, is the best that's ever been made.
It's too dangerous to make eggnog. You never know.
What, like you're like cooking
salmonella, dude,
building up a meth lab in your kitchen, or what? You're scared of an explosion?
It's dangerous. You never know if it's going to be bad. Or
you sound like Connor Halley talking about how he's scared of buying lettuce from the grocery store.
He worked in the grocery store. He shouldn't be scared.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why he is scared, because he's seen how the sausage gets made, both in a literal and a figurative sense, perhaps.
The sausage?
Yeah, but Kevin, that would be more old intern Liam seeing how the sausage gets made. Connor was a produce man.
Yes,
he was in the produce.
So he knows about what, the pesticide?
Well, no, but like just because there's constantly recalls on lettuce, right? For salmonella or E. coli?
E. coli.
E. coli.
So you could have the same on the eggnog. That's what
I'm sure you could, but do you just walk through your entire life just being afraid of what could happen to you?
So here's what you got to do, Duke. And I know you're going to not like this, but you're going to think that this is a refreshing drink. So you have to have Captain Morgan spiced rum. So it has to be spiced rum. Then you buy eggnog light. So the light eggnog.
What makes it light?
I think, well, the amount of fat that's in there, probably cream, I would say. So after this, Duke, now you're really going to be blown away with this, but it makes for a really refreshing drink. You still cut it. You cut the eggnog with skim milk or 1% milk. Probably skim milk is better. And then what you have to do, Duke.
I will never buy a jug of skim milk.
I'm just telling you, this is the drink. And then what you got to do, Duke, is you know what, like a kitchen rasp is, obviously.
A rasp.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that like you used to like grate?
You need this for the
a rind, like a lime rind, or so you could use it in that.
Fair, yes. This is to grate the fresh nutmeg on. So you buy nutmeg in there.
Where do you even buy fresh nutmeg?
Well, you buy it in there like it's like.
I'm sure you could get it at Walmart.
Really?
Yeah, nutmeg comes in. It looks like.
I'm not paying attention enough in the spice aisle.
Oh no,
evidently not.
It would look like a small, tiny. I don't know, size of your thumb almost, not quite. You take that and you grate that freshly twice. And then you stir it up.
Passes.
Yeah, you stir it up and then you get it all incorporated, and then you give a little more freshly grated nutmeg on the top. And I'm telling you, Duke, this would be the best drink you've had over the holiday season, because I know what you're thinking. Oh, too thick, too heavy, too much like having but you're the guy that you'd take it off the teat here. So
straight out. I prefer straight out the tank, not straight out the teat.
Yeah. Triple C. Nutmeg looks like a bald acorn. Yes. That's kind of what I was trying to get out of my Chad. Lamb's Dark Navy. Real eggnog ice cubes. Lamb's Dark Navy.
Like I've had eggnog.
Yeah.
And usually with a little something else splashed in there as well. And I think it's fine. But like I said, I would have one glass of it and then I'd be like, I'm full of this. Much like how I can drink usually 2 Caesars and then I'm full of Caesars and I want to switch to something else. Guinness, maybe. And even that I'm not crazy about. But
Jamaican rum, says Triple C. That's the only one to put in. Stu Barnes, pro tip. I'm pouring the eggnog in a glass. I spin it. The ice uses as a mix and mixes with the rum. Makes a double feel like a single. Well, just pour a double in, Stu. Don't be so tight. Rockford, eggnog with Newfoundland screech. Wonder if TR would know what that would be.
Probably. Oh, I'm sure TR does. I'm sure he's.
Have you had screech before, Duke?
Not literal screech, no.
Here's what I'm going to do for a Christmas present for you guys.
Oh, boy.
I've got a little bottle.
Is this going to come in tandem with my coffee table or adjacent to it?
Different. The coffee table's not ready for a year. Dude.
What?
What do you think?
I could have sworn
spin this off.
I guess I said it
off.
was going to be a Christmas present.
No. I'm going to bring in. There's about I got a half a bottle left of my dad's home brew from 22, 23 years left. Well, that's what's left from 23 years ago. I'll bring it in. And the still, I shouldn't say that. The still is out in safe hiding right now.
Not operational.
Oh, it's operational.
No, but
right.
currently.
I can't say where it is because it's not. Well, I don't think.
Is it in this province?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, close by. And actually, I got to call this guy now. I got to call this guy.
You got it tucked out back since we got the rentals done in this space here in the Stingray Studios. We're cut in half, but it's all just storage back there for the mall. Wow. You still just managed to wheel your still back there and get it set up in the back 40 of the building.
So this is a true story. About 25 years ago, my dad was making a batch in the boathouse at the lake, and the RCMP were coming by doing cabin checks. And the still was going right there, and the RCMP officer came in and said, "How you doing? Is everything okay?" And the RCMP officer was a young guy. He looked at the still, looked at my dad, and he had no idea what it was. Like, those guys are trained for meth, and they're trained for all the other stuff.
Well, yeah.
They would never be trained for, hey, this is what you got to look for to find a still at some boathouse.
So feel free to enlighten me. Apart from the health and safety parts of it, is that illegal?
Yes, it is illegal to make. When you can make alcohol like wine, beer, up to a certain percent. When you're making alcohol off-site or whatever you want to call it, where you are into the 180, 190 proof, which is basically 90% alcohol, that's illegal.
There's a guy that down the street. He was a proud member of my fraternity. He lived in a house just down the street, and he took a bunch of our really good big soup pots and stuff, and he built a still. I don't know if any of us ever had the courage to try some at fear of going blind, but
I'll bring you guys. Can have a shot in the morning. I'll see
in the morning.
Absolutely, we'll have one in the morning.
Well, like first break.
Seven bells. Think, no, more like at 10 o'clock.
7 bells. I'd rather you just bring in and whip us up some of this rum and eggnog concoction.
No. You're gonna have a shot of this stuff here.
Ooh.
When we come back, David Schlemko is in the parking lot laughing at us. He'll be with us from 9 to 11. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by AWS Welding Supplies in Nisku. Product sales, servicing, calibrating, free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton, your one-stop shop for all things welding, awswelding.ca. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Oilers put 33 shots on Jesper Wallstedt last night. Could not get one past the Wild goaltenders. Minnesota wins 1-0 from Rogers Place. Stu Skinner, 23 saves in the loss. It was Wallstedt's fourth shutout in just his past 6 starts. 9 of the games around the NHL, including Sens over the Habs 5-2. Toronto beat Florida 4-1. Calgary spanked in Nashville 5-1. Rangers beat the Stars 3-2 in overtime. And the league's leading scorer, Nate McKinnon, netting 2 more. Habs top Vancouver 3-1. In the PWHL, Minnesota victorious there as well, beating Ottawa 5-1. And on the hardwood, the Raptors get back in the win column with a 121-118 victory. Scotty Barnes, 28-7-7 over the Trailblazers. 5 of the games, including the Knicks, losing in Boston 123-117. Thunder rattle off a 13-straight win, 124-112 over the Warriors. Surprising news off the court as the Clippers have sent Chris Paul back to L.A. ahead of tonight's game in Atlanta, and reports from the team's president of basketball ops saying Chris Paul is no longer on the team. Toronto Blue Jays continue to be active in the MLB offseason, signing right-hander Cody Ponce to a 3-year, $30 million deal. Ponce was MVP of the Korean League last year, last pitched in the majors back in 2021 with Pittsburgh. Coming up in hour 3 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Andy Strickland from the Cam and Strick podcast and our Wednesday co-host, former NHL defenseman David Schlemko. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440,
A Stingray radio station.
broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. It's not lost on me that this radio ad competes with a lot of other dealerships on the air. So what sets us apart? Honesty. At Northgate, we believe in giving you the very best price we can with the most value possible. We aren't giving away free trips or paying off your credit cards, but it is my promise you will get exactly what you paid for every time. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
Looking for the perfect used ride? Now's the time. Drive away for as little as $25 bi-weekly. Go Auto has over 7,500 used vehicles in stock with something for everyone. From budget-friendly cars and road trip-ready SUVs to powerful work-ready trucks. With around 70 locations across Canada, your next vehicle is closer than you think. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or buying for the first time, we've got the right ride at the right price. But don't wait. These deals won't stick around forever. Start shopping today at goauto.ca.
We want orange. Give us the orange. We want orange. Bring back the orange.
You got it, Canada. Booster Juice orange smoothies are back by popular demand. The original, the marathon, and orangesicle smoothies are back and bursting with tangy zest of oranges. They're Canadian favorites. Orange, you glad they're back? Only for a limited time. So squeeze the day, smoothie lovers, and head to a Booster Juice near you now. Booster Juice, Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Aloha Edmonton, it's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Equipment Auction is this Friday at 9 a.m. Featuring graders, excavators, forklifts, loaders, man lifts, skid steers, plus commercial trailers including 3 unused 2023 Timmins 55-ton triaxle lowboys. Info at maauctions.com.
Derry, it's a beautiful place, but things do happen from time to time.
Crave is the exclusive home of groundbreaking HBO originals, including It, Welcome to Derry, the much-anticipated new series from the world of Stephen King. Go back to where it all began.
There's something bad here in Derry.
It, Welcome to Derry. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's next Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Industrial Auctions are this Thursday and Friday at 9 a.m. These major events include multiple lanes selling a large selection of multi-purpose trucks, equipment, and commercial trailers. Info at maauctions.com.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 9:03 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you. Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 as we welcome in our co-host on Wednesdays from 9 to 11, former NHLer David Schlemko for Cougar Paint and Collision, our family helping your family for over 40 years, part of the Napa Certified Auto Body Program. Check them out at cougarcollision.com. Good morning, Schlemmer.
Morning, KK.
How was the week, big guy?
I can't complain.
Watch a little hockey.
Been watching a little bit of hockey. I mean, obviously not the result the Oilers wanted last night, but
How do you think they played?
I thought they played all right.
Yeah.
I was more impressed with Minnesota and how they played actually.
What impressed? Like, I mean, I mentioned Faber and Brodin last night. I mean, that's
Brodin was excellent.
Yeah.
wow, he can. He kind of reminds me of Ekholm, but like a younger, faster. Okay.
I know what
maybe
you mean.
maybe what Ekholm was like 5 years ago in Nashville,
Yeah.
but I thought he was great. Just the commitment to team defense overall was great. I know everyone wants to talk about Wallstead or Volstead, and he was solid, but looking back, like how many really tough saves did he have to make? Not a lot of second chances. I thought they did a pretty good job of playing team defense.
Yeah. And they boxed out quite well.
Right.
And they played hard in front of Volstead.
Exactly.
I mean, the save on Hyman, I always say, okay, is that a save or is that a failure from the player to when you've got 9/10 of the net open?
Yeah, fair.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, the goaltender's got to put his pad there for one. But I mean, I think if you were to ask Zach Hyman, he'd go, I just need to tuck that in a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you think, hey, he had a couple chances in tight. Mangiapane had a good chance. Wallstead made a good save on that one. But other than that, I don't know. Not a lot of high danger. I thought the PP actually worked it around pretty good. They had some chances, but just couldn't bury.
What about that PP? If you look at the first one, it was successful, I thought, besides scoring. The second one, not enough urgency to get the puck on net, I thought.
I'd agree with that. I thought the first PP and the second was excellent.
The first one was.
Yeah. They were.
First one was, yeah.
The first one, yeah. They were zipping around. They're getting pucks to the net. I thought they did everything but score. It carried some momentum into the next couple of shifts, but you're right. After that, it wasn't.
The second one wasn't
quite as sharp.
Okay, and then what bothered, like at the end of the game, okay, you got 40 seconds. It's tough to score. We all know that. You got 40 seconds with the power playing 6-on-4 and then not a shot on net. And you win the draw.
Yeah.
Like here, the one thing I said off the top here, Slimmer, and I don't know if you agree with this, but when you're the opposition and you're killing an Oilers penalty and the Oilers win the draw successfully, as an opposition, you've never seen them take a shot within the first 4 or 5 seconds. You're like, Bouchard had an opportunity just to throw it on net here off that face off, just like Brodin scored.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get that in the mixer for sure.
Because the opposition's just laying back because they go, well, they're going to whip it around here for 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think the play I remember was McDavid trying to go to the point, and that gets broken up, and that was kind of the end of it. Does he make that play? Probably 99 times out of 100. Yes.
Yeah. I get it. But again, even Connor, he said, I got to shoot more.
Yeah.
And he said that at the start of the year. I mean, these are things that.
I mean, they have over 30 shots on goal. I thought they did a pretty good job getting pucks to the net, but you got to get bodies there and start creating some of these second opportunities, create some chaos in front. It's too easy right now to defend against the Oilers. And even when they're buzzing around, it's one and done. It's all on the outside for 30 seconds, and maybe a puck gets to the net. But I think they got to find a way to get inside a little more.
What else did you see from the Oilers defense last night? I mean, they never gave up a lot either.
No.
When you think about it.
No, they didn't. I like I said, I thought it was a pretty good game all around by the Oilers. They're the D. They had a couple turnovers here and there, but nothing crazy that you had to clean up too much. It was a good hockey game. It kind of resembled a playoff game. Well, maybe not intensity wise, but just the way the game was played, and not much space. Felt
like more of a late April into March, kind of thing.
Pretty tight hockey.
Yeah, like it felt like a playoff game where you didn't want to give up too much.
Yep. That's I had John Hines in New Jersey.
Yeah.
He is a very, very well prepared coach. So like what I saw was probably John Hines had like all 3 whiteboards in that visitor room just full of information and what they're going to do in every situation. And I guarantee you they did not come in underprepared.
David Schlemko with us 909 in Edmonton. What do you think of his as a coach?
I thought he was great.
Yeah,
I liked him a lot. Maybe he had to settle down a little bit. It was his first year pro coming out of the U.S. national program. I think it's a little bit different to work with veteran NHL stars like Mike Camilleri might give it back to you a little bit more than some 17-year-old kid.
So even you think about a guy like that that's been around now, and it's been several years.
Yeah.
How long do you think it takes for, let's say a coach to get comfortable? Because sometimes you might say something, as you said, so Camilleri would give it back to him.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, even though he's the head coach, he's thinking, okay, well, that's Camilleri. He's been around.
Yeah.
There's a certain time.
How do I address
Yeah.
this? How do I deal with this? Yeah. So I could see that there was a little bit of an adjustment period for him there. But like I said, he's just so prepared. He had more systems for us in New Jersey than I had ever seen. We were terrible. We couldn't execute half of them. But I really appreciated his attention to detail.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned Brodeen, but Faber was pretty good too.
Yes,
and
was.
Also, coach wasn't too happy. Faber was taken down there with a couple minutes left going to the net. And there should have been probably a call on the Oilers. I don't know if you remember that one. And Faber looked around and said, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then the Oilers got the penalty on
Boldy. I was thinking it was more Boldy that got tripped up in front, like 2 minutes earlier in front of the net there. That's why he was losing it. And I thought that's why Hines was losing it too.
Faber, because
was it Faber?
Yeah, well, I think it was two different plays, right?
Okay, I just remember the one Boldy was kind of cutting into the slot there, and he got tripped up a little bit, and it looked worse than the one he got called on.
Yeah. What do you think of Faber? I mean, here's a guy that's still, it's his first year of the long contract, and at the end of this contract, it's going to be it's going to be a steal.
He's so young still, man, and he's so good. I got to think he's a lock for that American team. He was playing over 20 minutes a night last year at the Four Nations. Yeah, what a pairing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at Four Nations, him and Slavin were really good, right? And then
Slavin was unbelievable.
Yeah. Do you think because of that, it's just almost automatic that the two of them are together here?
Yeah.
In the Olympics?
I'd say they probably start that way, wouldn't you think?
Just because of the success that you had at Four Nations. I mean, they were top pairing pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty well. Hey, here's just off topic because we were talking about the Olympics here, and we brought this up yesterday about the size of the rink, and I don't want to beat this to death, but I want to get this from your perspective. So the rink dimensions are going to be even smaller than an NHL rink.
Right. 3 feet.
Ballpark.
Yeah.
And it could be a little bit wider, could be a little bit, the length could be. As a player, would you notice that immensely or just a tiny bit? What do you?
I think you would notice it immensely.
Okay.
Honestly, the game is just so fast and tight now. Everyone's been talking about it since the Four Nations, right? Yeah. There's just no room out there. So now I think, I was watching an interview with Billy Guerin, and this is affecting the way he's selecting his team almost now, right? He's like, there was no room at the Four Nations. If it's going to be even tighter, well, maybe now we got to look at some role players or some guys who can be more physical if there's going to be, more corner battles or what have you.
Would they, let's just say it's 198 feet. Let's just use that number. Would they just take that out of the neutral zone?
I'm not sure.
Would you prefer that? Would you say, well, I'd rather have less neutral zone?
I would.
You would think.
Yeah. I would, as a D man for sure.
Yeah.
I would think the forwards would want more room. I think everyone would want more room in the O zone.
Well, it's funny that you say that because now you talk about for Canada, Tom Wilson.
Right.
There's Celebrini, there's Bedard. Those two guys have been just lights out. Bedard with two more highlight reel goals last night.
Shootout goal is pretty nasty.
There's not much room there to go. Like once you have committed to that move,
right,
you're either going to look really, really dumb or look
just
really good.
Snap her back and tuck her 5-hole there.
There's not much for a goalie. What is he thinking though, too? There, there's not many more options because his balance is so tilted back, right?
Right.
As far as Bedard goes, he doesn't have anything left for options. Really,
he looks like he's committed to that move. I couldn't believe he even could bring it back to the forehand there.
Yeah, unreal.
Pretty silky.
Anything else Oiler wise on their defense court? I mean, Regula had a couple of big blocks last night.
Yeah, he did.
Ekholm at times, sometimes I still think he's fighting the puck a little bit, just with certain areas.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He doesn't
not to the extent maybe we saw earlier.
Just looks a little raw still, or I don't know, just not 100% comfortable. Call it that.
Just tiny little, it could be just a little pass, or a couple plays up the boards.
Yeah,
one turned into an icing. Just tiny little things like that.
I think Darnell's been pretty solid.
Yeah, he jumped up into the play a couple times last night.
Yeah. I wonder if that Regula Nurse pairing, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, because, Wallman's coming back here at some point.
Yes, and
that means
haven't loved that pairing.
No, it's been terrible. So that means you're probably leaving Nurse and Regula together.
He's really kind of steadied his game. He's, he's got that Regula. He's got that poise to hang on to the puck and kind of make that play up the middle, or make that play that's going to beat the forecheck.
The other thing too, though, he had a couple passes that were sort of hopers. Last night.
One bad turnover last night.
And they didn't turn into turnovers though, Slimmer. There was one pass, he went up the middle. It was a slower pass, and there was no one around, and just sort of sifted in to the neutral zone. And there was one other one where he blasted it cross ice. It had some heat on it, but got out of the zone.
I'm thinking of one in the first period where he just inside the blue line and coughed it up a little bit, a little soft play. But I don't know. I'm for me anyways, like I'm willing to kind of eat those plays because he's willing to make plays with the puck.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Andy Strickland will join us right after the break. Trying to get your old D partner on today.
Who's that? Dilly
Bar. Yeah.
Nice.
After his 1,000th game. I was in touch with their PR guy yesterday and today. Just texted him now. That's who I was texting while we were talking. But when the PR guy Pete responded to me, it was more of a we'll see his status. And that led to red flags for me. So we'll see.
Well, you hate to see what happened to him happen especially in your 1,000th game, but pretty honorable guy. That was tough to watch.
When we come back, Andy Strickland from the Cam and Strick podcast, Kevin Karius, David Schlemko, Duke of Delburne, and Josh Fenwick with you on Sports 1440. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Wow. What did you do here, Mr. Rooter?
Well, we've got a Jube Jube toilet, complete with an icing base wax seal. The main water line is licorice, red for hot, black for cold. You got your standard marshmallow hot water tank and a candy cane sewer line. And on the outside, candy corn hose pips. Disgusting, but they get the job done.
To have your Yule clogs fixed, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
As 2025 comes to a close, GS Construction would like to take the time and thank our crews, our partners, and our communities for another successful year of teamwork and growth. Together, we've helped keep Edmonton and the surrounding area moving by building and maintaining the underground infrastructure that keeps everything running smoothly. It's been another year of dedication, pride, and hard work the team has put in to make it all possible. To learn more about our people and our projects, visit gsconstruction.ca.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sandy dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifting. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
I'm Gene Principe, bringing season's heatings from Legacy Heating and Cooling. For Yuletide comfort you'll love this Christmas. You should call Legacy. Call Legacy. There's no better way to fix your furnace. You just call Legacy. They're professional, never rude, doll. You should call Legacy. Call Legacy. Plus, no interest and no prints of payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at EdmontonExpoCenter.com today.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
Duke was saying, Schlemmer, that every Wednesday from 9 to 11, it's his heavy metal fix because
I love it.
It's his heavy metal fix because that's Schlemmer's style, man. That's his 2 hours. So like we said, we're going to get into the Christmas tunes here too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
that's coming.
We got, like someone said, AC/DC, some Christmas song, Twisted Sister, Oh Come All Ye Faithful. So I bet we got to hear Oh Come All Ye Faithful today for Schlemmer. Get some heavy metal going for sure. 9:21 in Edmonton. Time now for the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. Hey, a quick heads up. It is tire changeover time. And right now at Fountain Tire, you can save up to 15% on select tires. It's a perfect excuse to get road ready, save a little cash too. And we've seen the roads here the last little bit, and it's only going to get slicker and colder here in the next few days. Check them out at fountaintire.com as we welcome back Andy Strickland from the Cam and Strick podcast. Morning, Andy. You're with Kevin Karius and the former NHLer David Schlemko. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Did I hear that the weather forecast is going to be cold in Edmonton? Is that what they said?
Yeah, you want to come up
for
for
the weatherman in Edmonton.
You want to come up for a bit, Andy, or what?
I think we're coming at some point during the winter. I always look forward to it, man. I love Edmonton. And it's funny because I've been there several times, but I've never seen the streets. I've never seen what the sidewalks look like, the streets look like. 'Cause every time I'm there, it's just completely covered in ice. So we'll see if that changes. And if my kid can make the brick team this summer,
nice.
I'm looking forward to that.
What's going on there? So your kid has got to be coming up 10 years old here, right? Then, or what?
Yeah, he's 9 years old, so that's the.
So what's this? So what's the selection process, Andy? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
What's the selection process?
No problem. I think they invited like 30 kids to what they consider a main camp coming up in late December, and then they they evaluate throughout the course of the year, and then you have a main camp and away you go. I don't really know how the selection process is after that. I mean, how quickly they choose the team and all of that. So we'll just have to play it out.
So you'll be
watching this brick tournament the last several years, and then all of a sudden, it's kind of crazy. My kid's that age, and we'll see how it plays. That'd be a great experience to get up there.
Okay, Schlemmer, tell them all about the brick here. Come on.
The brick's the best. I mean, I did play in it as a 10-year-old. I still go and watch it every summer. It's an unbelievable event. If you've never been here in the summer, Andy, you're going to be like, where am I? It's going to be a little different.
I know, man. And that's what everybody says. So, and I know it's a great tournament, and, so many NHL guys who have played in it, and I've talked to them about it over the years. It's funny, like when Petro was here, Alex Petrangelo, he played on the team with Steven Stamkos and Michael Dozzato and all these guys, and we actually sat down and did an interview and showed the highlights from the brick tournament. But we've seen the Austin Matthews highlights and the Connor Bedard highlights and all these guys that have been through it. So it would be a great experience, and hope it works out.
Yeah. Andy Strickland with us from the Cam and Strick podcast. Kevin Karius, David Schlemko with you on Sports 1440. Well, Andy, where's this St. Louis Blues team at right now at the 27 game point, 9-11-7? Played some close games too, but just not enough right now. What's the direction here, Andy, moving forward?
Well, we're going to find out. I mean, obviously, the reality is of the situation when you look at the Western Conference and the Pacific Division. I mean, just look at the standings. I mean, nobody's pulling away outside of, I guess, Colorado, right? Mm-hmm. So, as ugly as it may appear, you're still right in the mix. It doesn't feel like it but you really are. And I know there's a bunch of other teams that you have to compete with, obviously, that are, feeling like they're in the same situation, but it's always interesting. Chicago, they're just 3 points up on St. Louis. They feel like they've had a great start, right? They've exceeded expectations. Utah got out to a great start. Now they've kind of fallen off. Edmonton didn't expect to be in this situation. Winnipeg didn't expect to be in this situation. But, St. Louis is dealing with a lot of injuries right now. And, talking to Jim Montgomery about this yesterday, I mean, a lot of teams are going to start going through this. Many teams already are. And you just look at the schedule right now with a condensed schedule with it being an Olympic year. I know everybody's excited about the Olympics, and they should be. It's going to be a great event. But you have some casualties that come with it. And the schedule isn't ideal for an NHL player to play as many games in as few days as they are. I mean, you look at the game the other day against Utah, when Cooley gets hurt, ends up being okay. But, both teams, on the back end of 3 games in 4 days. I mean, you're just seeing a lot of that when these teams come into town and then when you travel. So the Blues are leaving today. I'm leaving with them to go to Boston, where they play tomorrow, and then back-to-backs over the weekend against Ottawa and Montreal. It's not going to be an easy road trip, but it just seems like every week you're playing 3 games in 4 days. So, again, the injury bug has caught up with St. Louis like some other teams as well, where they hadn't really suffered a ton of injuries outside of maybe Jake Neighbors throughout the course of the season. Now they're missing, 2/3 of their fourth line, which are they're probably the 2 most heavy players when you look at Nathan Walker and Alexei Toropchenko. So, they kind of create that identity and give this team some energy. You're missing those. So now they need other guys to kind of fill in that specific role, which isn't always easy.
Yeah. Schlemmer?
Yeah, I mean, schedule is always going to be tough with an Olympic break in there for everybody. You mentioned injuries. I wanted to ask you about Snuggerud. He's out 6 weeks at least with wrist surgery now. 11 points in 26 games. I know this is a guy a lot of people were pegging. Maybe he's going to be in the Calder mix. How would you evaluate his season kind of before the injury so far?
Well, he got off to a great start. He was scoring goals, playing with a lot of confidence, had a really, really strong training camp as well. I know the coaching staff was super excited about him. Got an opportunity coming out of camp to be on the first line. And, he's been playing power play. And, listen, one thing you get from Jimmy Snuggerud is the work ethic and the attention to detail. Like, he understands how to, play inside his own end too, which sometimes takes a while for young players, as when they come into the National Hockey League. Not many players can understand the defensive responsibilities and pick that up as quickly as he did. And it was a challenge. I mean, the Blues just completely overhauled their defensive zone coverage. In simplistic terms, they've adjusted to more of a man-to-man versus the zone, but the zone was very complicated. They didn't have a lot of success. They were the worst, maybe still are, in terms of goals against at the time. And both goalies were really struggling, but the team was struggling playing that specific system. But Snuggerud is a guy who obviously was able to adjust and comes from a good background with his dad and whatnot. So, listen, we all know he can shoot the puck. Maybe the puck hasn't gone in as much as he would have liked over the course of the last few weeks, but he was getting chances and he's getting a lot of ice time. I mean, there's been plenty of games this season where Montgomery has him on the ice in the last couple of minutes of a game when they're down by a goal, or when they're up by a goal, I should say. When you're down by a goal, yeah, you want him on the ice because he can snipe and he can score, and you want him to be able to score those timely goals. But listen, confidence is going to come in and out for a young player, and I think we've seen that with Snuggerud a little bit, where that confidence is kind of been high at certain times, and you can see when it's maybe dipped a little bit, and his production maybe has slipped. At least over the course of the last handful of games prior to him going down with injury. So this is tough, man. I mean, to lose him for a team that's had trouble scoring as it is, that's not going to be easy. And listen, they're saying he's going to be reevaluated in 6 weeks. You hope he can come back closer to 6 weeks and it doesn't prolong any much longer after that. But he's a big part of the team now and certainly in the future. Maybe won't play his way into the Calder mix like people had hoped coming into the season, but there's no question this guy's going to be a good player.
Andy Strickland with us on Sports 1440. Is Pius Suter back tomorrow in Boston, Andy?
He's supposed to be. Yeah, he's missed the last couple of games. They're saying lower body injury. So he's come as advertised, though. He's just a smart player. Doesn't play with a ton of pace, but he just knows where to be. And he can play with fast players. I think that's the one thing about Suter. Obviously, he has some versatility where he can play wing, he can play center, but he can play that, quick, give and go game too with guys who can really scoot. And for a smaller guy, or not a big guy, I should say, he scores a lot of goals around the blue paint. I mean, this guy, I think 5 of his 6 goals are right there around the blue paint. So he understands the timing of not only going there, but when to go there and when to arrive. And he stays there, So I give him a lot of credit, man. He's been a good player for this team.
What's Jake Neighbors missed, Andy? A good dozen games? And is he, I know he's back, but is he back to where he needs to be, where they want him to be?
I think so. He needs to shoot the puck more. I mean, he always has a high shooting percentage, but that's primarily because he doesn't shoot the puck a whole lot for a guy who, gets as many touches as he does. But, he's a guy who relies on the puck getting to the net too. I mean, it's he plays more of a cycle game versus a rush game. It just depends on who he's playing with. I mean, the line combinations, guys, it's tough to keep up with who's playing who on a given night, because they change so much. But, Jake is a guy who I think you should count on every year to be in that 20 to 25 range. He, had 27 a couple years ago. Maybe he careers at 1 year. He's able to get to 30, but you just kind of think at the end of the season that his numbers are going to be there. But he brings the intangibles too, right? He brings some physicality, understands, how to play both ends of the ice. He's got great leadership abilities. He's one of these guys that can hang out with the 21 and 22-year-olds, but also hang out with the 33-year-olds. He's that guy. So he's got a lot of character, and he's been a great fit. And listen, who knows, man? He could be future captain material down the road for this team.
Yeah. Right. What about our old boy Phil Broberg? Looks like he's still playing plenty of minutes. Is his trajectory still towards that top defenseman? It looked like he was on last year.
Is management listening right now? I'm curious,
oh yeah, for sure they are.
Come on, David. Listen, you're just you're throwing him under the bus. No, I'm kidding, man. But I still don't understand how you let this kid go. This guy is so good. The next step for him is going to be to, show more of an ability to finish, because this guy gets grade A's every single night with his ability to skate. Like, he'll split the D. He just looks like the fastest player on the ice. When he's defending, you have to beat him twice, because if you beat him the first time, well, then you got to beat him the second time, because he's going to catch you from behind. So his skating and his hockey sense, like, this guy can play significant minutes. I mean, there's games where he's been up around 27, 28 minutes recently, and looks like he never gets tired. I'd love to see him get some power play opportunity, because he doesn't play the power play, and maybe that's the next step, and maybe he will down the road. But this guy's the real deal, man. And I do think he's going to find his way onto Sweden's national team for the Olympics, where he was just left off for the Four Nations. I mean, it's going to be a little bit difficult. You look at the defenseman they have on the left side, but, Alexander Steen is watching the team every single night, is on that selection committee for Sweden, part of their management. And I know they like him, man. I mean, this guy is an absolute horse, and I think the Blues knew what they were getting. But at the same time, I don't think you could have guessed that he was going to be at the level that he's shown so far, man. He's only getting better. And who knows how good he's going to be. This guy's going to be not just a good player, man, but I really mean it. I'm not trying to overstate it. He's going to be a great defenseman for a long time.
What are they going to do with him, Andy? We're looking at a salary here that has the potential almost to double. Can they afford him?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the cap's going up, right? So...
Make some room.
I think they can afford them. You look at some of the other defensemen they have. Who knows what the future is for a guy like Justin Falk? I mean, he's playing his best hockey in a while too. So
yeah, it's been good.
It's not like you're looking to move on from him at all. He's been pretty productive, and obviously just hit his 1,000th game. So, but if you're asking if they can afford him, I mean, what's the alternative? Let them go? Like, they saw one team do that. They're not going to be the second team to do it.
All right. Well, I guess if we're talking about Broberg, let's talk about Holloway too. Obviously, he ran into some injury problems last year after that great season he had. But how has he been able to bounce back?
He's been good. I mean, listen, I think he's been a little bit snake bit, and I think when you suffer that type of core body injury, that maybe it takes you a little bit longer to come back from it than you hope or than maybe you would expect. I mean, he gets around the ice fine, right? You look at his skating ability; it always stands out. But he just has a little bit of snake bit. But he's starting to score more now, and I think he's playing with as much confidence now than he has all season long. So, he had such great chemistry with Ivory last year. Those two guys really played off one another really well. And, it just hasn't been, clicking at the same level that we saw a year ago with those two when they have played together. But, he just kind of falls in the category of a number of other players here offensively. It's just been a tough road. I think some of that had to do with the way that they were defending for the first third of the season or whatever. So, it required so much effort, I think, to defend. And there was so much focus on defending. I think it impacted the ability to play offense, and they weren't, producing at a high level. Nobody was, Holloway included. So now he's starting to get going, starting to score goals, and they need him in the worst way.
Hey, Andy, thanks so much for your time this morning. Really appreciate it. Maybe you think you could be an assistant coach for this Brick team somehow?
I won't listen. I like sitting on the sidelines and watching, so my kid doesn't, it's better for us to be separated anyway during the games. Sometimes I'm on the bench enough during the season, but I think they're in good hands here for the Brick. And like I said, hopefully it works out. I'm looking forward to it if it does. And, it's always looked like an incredible experience. And most importantly, I'm looking forward to seeing some sunlight in Alberta and seeing some of the other best players that are going to be the 2016 birth year. That's how young they are nowadays.
That's wild.
What position's your son, Andy?
He plays mostly right wing, but he plays left wing too. So he's been playing a lot of left wing as of late. So, I mean, he's a right shot, but probably more comfortable on the right side. But I don't mind him playing on the left side either. It's a little bit of an adjustment, I think, coming out of his own end and maybe in the neutral zone. But he's a shooter. He's got a good shot. So I think, it's beneficial for him in the offensive zone, coming off the wall and whatnot. But listen, just put him out there and go play. No complaining in this household. You just got to go wherever the coach tells you to play. You go play.
Gets the talent genes from mom's side.
Oh man, neither of us. I think, to be honest with you, I don't know where it's coming from, but we'll take it. Yeah, but I'll give the credit to my wife for sure. Certainly more so than me.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he makes a team, Andy, you can come in studio during the Brick Week because we have guests in all the time, and I'll take you to first round for a beer. How's that sound in the mall?
I would love it. You got my word on that. So let's make that happen.
Thanks for coming on, Andy. Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys. Take care.
Andy Strickland from the Cam and Strick podcast and the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. And again, it's that time of the year. We've seen it the last few days with the weather changing a little bit, and you got the sleet, you got the snow, freezing rain pellets, the whole bit. Go to Fountain Tire, check them out. They can help you out. FountainTire.com. 2016's Flemmer.
That's wild.
2016's.
My 2015 just turned 10, so I guess we're getting old.
What year was your Brick thing again? I'm just trying to do the math.
97.
97.
Yeah.
Wow.
A couple years ago.
97. That was my first year here almost.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
In Edmonton?
In Edmonton, yeah.
Nice.
Wow. 833-401-1440. We'll get to some of your texts. We'll also go in or out with Schlemmer here straight ahead on the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hold up. Are you pulling my beard? Booster Juice has 2 new booster balls for the holidays this year.
That's right, Santa. The Eggnog Booster Ball and Caramel Pecan Pie Booster Ball are 2 new flavors to put some extra jingle in your step. So are you a pie guy, Santa, or a nog guy?
Both.
Good call. That's extra jolly. Happy holidays from your friends at Booster Juice. Canadian born, blending since 1999.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and sadly some people think orthotics are just glorified shoe cushions. But I've seen a runner drop 8 minutes off her marathon, a grandmother ditch her painkillers, and a 12-year-old nail her long jump, all thanks to custom foot orthotics. So if your feet are screaming for help, flat, high, or funky, that pain's heading to your knees, hips, even your lower back, our professionals will assess you and, if indicated, custom fabricate a pair of orthotics made just for you. Happy feet make a happy person. Feet shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
At Cougar Paint and Collision, Christmas is a time of showing they care.
And we get these little old ladies that they'll phone and they'll say, you know what, I'm too old to drive anymore and I don't have my license or car anymore. But I sure like those Christmas cards that you guys used to send. So we still got to send them a Christmas card.
We actually had one lady that she'd moved into a nursing home and she wanted the Christmas card to go to her nursing home address. So we updated our files for her.
She was pretty happy.
From all the family at Cougar Paint and Collision, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Cougar Paint and Collision, part of the Napa Certified Body Shop program.
Weekly NFL giveaways, drink specials, huge screen TVs. The hits keep coming at First Round, Edmonton's NFL headquarters. Watch NFL football at First Round and you could win a trip to your favorite NFL city for a regular season game next season. Catch NFL action Thursday nights, all day Sunday, starting with the Pro Bowl brunch from 10:30 to 2. Then Monday night with half-price boneless wings after 6 p.m. First Round, burgers, beer, sports. Downtown and Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall.
Edmonton's only 24-hour-a-day sports radio station can be heard anytime, anywhere. Sports 1440 is streaming on your phone, your tablet, your computer. Download an app today and listen to Sports 1440.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Equipment Auction is this Friday at 9 a.m. Featuring graders, excavators, forklifts, loaders, man lifts, skid steers, plus commercial trailers including 3 unused 2023 Timmins 55-ton triaxle lowboys. Info at maauctions.com.
Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's next Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Industrial Auctions are this Thursday and Friday at 9 a.m. These major events include multiple lanes selling a large selection of multi-purpose trucks, equipment, and commercial trailers. Info at maauctions.com.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program. Great song, great tune, Duke. Love that part in that Bohemian Rhapsody when that's their first song when they get touring America, right? They get over to America and they got that bus shot going in, and Roger, the drummer's got a couple of dames at the back of the bus there. Outstanding. Hey, we were talking about Jesper Wallstedt, Schlemmer, Kevin Karius, David Schlemko with you, Duke of Delburne, also Josh Fenwick. So 4 shutouts and 6 starts. And we were talking about Frank Brimsek too. Frank Brimsek, this has not been done since 1938. Frank Brimsek did it for the Boston Bruins. On the season, had 10 shutouts. Wow. Back in 38-39, Wallstedt matches this 4 and 6.
It's pretty incredible, honestly.
It's insane. Now, how many shutouts do you guys think? What's the record for shutouts by a rookie goaltender? A rookie goaltender in a single season in NHL history.
Because you want us to guess?
Yeah, I mean, Duke, do you even have a sniff on this one?
Well, I'm gonna guess it's back when the game was played a very different fashion and goals were maybe a little harder to come by, and as a result, some guy put up like.
It's not as far back as you think. Mentioning Steve Mason did it.
Steve Mason
had 10.
Calder Trophy.
Had 10
right.
back in 08-09 in Columbus. That's not the record, but it's not as far back as you think. We were talking about Brimsek going way back. It's not as far back. In 1969-70, Tony Esposito had 15 shutouts.
Really?
15 as a rookie.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Well, Esposito, he was changing the game. Pioneered the butterfly.
Tony
a little bit. That makes sense. That tracks. That if you'd ask, like, maybe that's not as far back as I thought. Like I was thinking maybe 50s, 60s.
Yeah,
but that's not that far off. It's a long time ago.
It's pretty amazing when you look at it. Also, should note that good friend Glenn Hall had 12.
Impressive too.
Back in 55-56 with Detroit, and played all 70 games back then too. Tony only played 63 games in 69-70.
63 games, 15 shutouts. It's pretty good.
George Hainsworth had 14 shutouts back in the 26-27 season in 44 games, Schlemmer.
Wow.
It's a cool stat. Anyway, time now for Are You In or Out?
Okay, you know what? Moving too fast. Bottom line, are you in or you out? In or out of what? No time for questions, just action. In or out? Well, then I'm out. I'm sorry, Jet. Actually, you're already in.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I thought you would go, I'm in, Bob. We would have had a really cool moment, but you kind of ruined the whole thing.
All right, Duke. Letterbuck.
The Edmonton Oilers, losers last night, 1-0, hands of the Minnesota Wild. Very strong effort from the home team, but once again, like the primary issue in a game they get shut out was a lack of offensive chances from the interior of the offensive zone.
I couldn't be more in, Dookie. Could not be more in. I think I said it right off the hop. You got to get inside. You got to work for some second chances. It was just, I don't know, a little bit too easy. A little bit too easy for many to pitch a shutout last night, I thought.
You know, and we mentioned it with Spec too, just even simple little things like on the power play, and that just could be getting something on that with some traffic.
Yeah.
Think about the Seattle game again, Schlemmer. You know, the power play goal that Zach Hyman scored.
Right. Good point.
That's a pass intended from Leon Draisaitl to Connor McDavid at the side of the net. And
put it in the mixer. Good things happen.
Something happens. It goes off of Hyman's skate and goes in. So penetrating stuff. It is. It's not. It's a battle.
At the same time, you got to give him any credit.
Yeah.
Like you do.
Yeah.
But,
If this were the other way around, we'd be talking about how great the Oilers played defensively.
Right.
But there's still opportunities there. And we saw some guys try to get in there. But, and again, to me, if the puck gets in there, you know, just little things like we're saying, be shot mentality first, you're going to find that the bodies are going to follow too. So I think it kind of goes both ways. You want to have the bodies there and you got to get the puck there.
You do. And it's about winning recovering pucks too, right? Like you get a puck, it's too much one and done.
Yeah.
Right? You get a chance, maybe you try a pass, it goes into the corner and then it's out of the zone. Like you got to get pucks to the net, recover pucks, and then get another chance. And that's how you wear teams down and guys get tired and make mistakes.
Do you think that is a taller result of the team trying to take a more defensive approach to the game, given their goaltending struggles, defensive struggles this year, where they're playing a little too cautiously in the offensive zone and not being as deep to recover some of those loose pucks? Is that at all what you're seeing? It's not like they were scoring a ton from the inside when they were giving up 5 goals a night either, though. So
true. I mean, I would like to think that's the reason, but I mean, the quality of chances they give up outside of last night, I can't really make that statement very confidently.
It's very fair. For the Wild, and you guys did just kind of touch on this. You got to give them a lot of credit. The defensive game that they played was quite exceptional. Obviously, the goaltender coming up with the big stops when he needed them, but their play last night, watching that Minnesota team, it's not an outlier. It was very, very believable, top to bottom, that this is a team that has accrued points in 12 straight games now.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be in on this as well. I mean, they play hard. They play pretty fast. I mean, their top 6 is faster than their bottom 6 for sure. But their bottom 6 has got some size to it and some bite to it as well. And I mean, if you take anytime you're going to take your third line up against when the Oilers load up a line of McDavid, Hyman, and Draisaitl, and you're going to come out on the ledger on that as +1, you're taking that all day, every day, because not very often does that happen because you're not going to get that matchup. That was a hell of a matchup for the Oilers that they had there.
Yeah.
And they failed to get out of their own end in 2 seconds.
Yeah. I got to be in on this one too, 100%. They looked like a good team last night. I think the Oilers could really take a page out of their book. Like, you did not see Kaprizov or any of their top guys like cheating for offense. It was like they came into last night with a plan. This is how we're going to beat this team. We're going into a tough building with superstar players. This is the blueprint. This is how we got to play to win. And I think they went out and they executed it.
You know, the one thing that impressed me with Kaprizov last night, he had 2 or 3 shifts where he, not by his own accord, it was just happened, where they were extended. And he was out there for, the back half of his shift and the front half of the line change already.
Right.
And still created.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a hell of a player.
He is.
Yeah.
And a guy that I think he gets a decent amount of shine around the league at this point, but in recent years with Barkov winning back-to-back cups and the Selkies, he's kind of graduated from that underrated player category. Jacob Slavin, bit of a coming out party on the biggest stage at Four Nations last year. I think Joel Eriksson-Ek is maybe now the most underrated player across the NHL. He, every single night, like the top line of whether it's Kaprizov and Boldy or some other combination, Zuccarello, whomever, they play offense, and then it's Eck going out there to take down the opponent's best lines on a night-to-night basis. And they shut him out last night, and he played a pretty big part. And I thought he was very effective in small ways of the game, stick play, body positioning, and limiting their opponent's chances. But it's always two sides of the coin. Are the Oilers working hard enough to get to the hard areas, or are their opponents doing a good job of keeping them out of them? Always two sides. And finally, putting a bow on last night's game, the first start, Jesper Wallstedt shutout, 4th time in 6 starts. It's kind of funny. This came up yesterday before the game, Kevin, because you mentioned my boy Beckett Seneca now atop the rookie scoring race, along the likes of Matthew Schaefer, Ivan Demidov having very strong years. But I think Wallstedt very much in the Calder Trophy race, even with just 9 starts under his belt.
Well, it's going to be.
I mean, how can he not be after this?
You lead the league in goals against average. You lead the league in save percentage. You lead the league in shutouts, double more than anyone else has. Yeah, he's in the mix right now. It's only going to get more.
Yeah, no brainer for me. He looks very relaxed and confident for such a young kid. I mean, 4 shutouts in a row will do that for you. But it's going to be a very interesting Calder race this year. There's a lot of guys that are going to be in that conversation.
You know, his games, like, I mean, again, he's 10 games compared to, the other guys that are at the top of the table when you're talking like Thompson and Wedgwood and things like that.
He hasn't lost in regulation this year.
It's insane. He's 8-0. He's going to be like, when you look at Sweden again, I said this at the top of the show, Billy Guerin, head of Team USA, is going to have Gustafsson, and he's probably going to have Wallstedt looking at those 2 goaltenders when they're playing Sweden. His 2 goalies got to be, both of them got to be on Sweden.
You got to be.
Got to be.
And isn't Brodin Swedish?
Oh, yeah.
He's making that team 9 ways to Sunday. So it's, apart from Matt Boldy, probably the only, Faber, I guess, the only guys on his own team that he's going to be taking over to Italy. That has to be a tough balance for NHL GMs that are also manning their international clubs.
For sure.
A guy that I don't know if maybe is getting enough fanfare because I only think about it because I brought up the rookie goalie stats for the year to see Wallstedt's. Like, Askarov is being the starter for San Jose, who is having a surprisingly good year, and he's had 17 starts. His numbers aren't nearly as sterling as Wallstedt's. How could they be? But he's got a 910 goal save percentage, a 296 goals against. Not super pretty, but he's made 17 starts. He's won 10 of them. I think he probably should maybe be getting a little bit of love in this category as well.
That's a good point.
You said Eriksson-Ek already, Duke, too. So for Sweden, Team Sweden.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, right.
A ton of guys, right?
Elsewhere around the NHL, Vegas winning in a shootout last night over the Chicago Blackhawks. Carter Hart, his first game back in the NHL, picked up the victory. Not a question necessarily about Carter Hart, but more so what he could be for this Vegas team. Aiden Hill still sidelined, no set timetable for a return just yet. But if Carter Hart can play at a level Vegas is comfortable with, does a guy like Aiden Hill suddenly become disposable? I'm sure Vegas would like to free up some of that money to do elsewhere with their roster. Is he a name that the Edmonton Oilers should be targeting in their own goaltending search?
Just felt like stirring the pot today, Duke?
I mean, come on, dude. We just had an hour and a half about no goaltending controversy. For
Exactly.
A while.
It's too slow. We need to get things back kicking.
I'm out on this one. Sorry.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead, Kev.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, Schlemmer. I mean, 5 more years at 6.25, right?
Yep. First year of that new extension.
How are you going to make it work? I just don't know. I don't know how you're going to make it work.
The same way that any of these other hypothetical goalie lands for Edmonton work. You have to find a way to send money back out the door, whether it be in the same trade or in a different one. Like, compare the other 2 most prominent names. I think maybe 3 now if we want to include it. Jordan Binnington, UC Saros, and now Tristan Jarry, I think, has become a name that a lot of Oilers fans are circling as a candidate. They all have big salaries. I think Jarry's the cheapest at $5 million a year. Both Saros and Binnington are early, or they're older, not by much, by a year or 2. Saros, first or second year of a longer, more expensive extension. Does not like Aiden Hill's won a Stanley Cup. He's represented Team Canada. I think it's going to be a matter of if Vegas would be willing to move a guy like this in division. But like I said, they got a lot of holes in their roster. That's a lot of money they could use to help fix it.
Well, I mean, first of all, I think Carter Hart's going to have to be unbelievable for the next 2.5 months.
It's a very big question.
To even think about moving Aiden Hill. If this were all to happen, it intrigues me. It does. Aiden Hill's not maybe my first guy I would pick, but he has won a cup. He's proven he can do it. So I'm interested.
You know, you're looking at $8.25 million between the 2 goalies. You know, if that's what Vegas is doing going forward, most teams are quite happy with that.
Yeah.
You know, when you're building your team, I don't know. I mean, it's 1 game for Carter Hart.
But like they brought him in for a reason.
Just play the what if game here. What if it could work?
Who's going out to get Aiden Hill here, Duke?
Well, I think Stuart Skinner.
Okay, so now you got.
I firmly believe any deal that the Oilers make for a goalie will involve Stuart Skinner being traded the other way.
Okay. Yeah, agreed.
And that doesn't clear up a ton of money, but clears up a little bit.
Clears up some.
And it's like you said, you're talking about a guy coming back that is somewhere between $5 and $8 million. Well, that's why the GMs get paid to do what they do. You got to get creative. And there's a few different avenues. It's not going to be easy. I don't have the answers. I haven't sit down and like crunched hard numbers on it, but you got to start with targets. I think you have to start with realistic targets. And then after that, you start working backwards into the details of how it fits in.
So you're just saying, so Hill is, because he won a Stanley Cup and Skinner's gone to 2 finals, that's the basis of the change for you?
The basis of the change is that the goaltending largely this season has been subpar.
Okay.
And if the Oilers have expectations of getting over that hurdle, do they need an improvement in that area? I think, if anything, I've largely been on the goalies side of this argument a lot in the past 2 seasons, including this morning when we're talking about a game they lose 1-0. And there's still people clamoring and blaming the goaltending. I think that's preposterous.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're saying the team is looking for an upgrade and exploring options, this is a name that I think should be included in it.
Wow. I'm still out. I just in the contract.
The contracts are tough. They're all going to be tough. They're all going to be tough.
And I mean,
and realistically, if you're the Oilers, because of your lack of assets, I think you're going to have to find a guy that you buy low on. Go ahead.
Just to clarify, though, like the GMs are not the ones crunching the numbers. Like
they've got their quants, their quantitatives.
You know that little nerdy guy that you always see walking beside the GM at the rink? Yeah, that's the number cruncher.
Exactly, and as well as just like,
why can't the number crunchers look like Jennifer Garner and draft day? Hey,
no, they look like Schlemmer says. Usually smaller in stature, probably glasses, and maybe they don't even. It's was it not on this show? We were talking about the Ryan Gosling movies, and when he was in The Big Short, and he's sitting there at the desk. He said, "This is my quant." And then his quant, the young Asian guy who he lies about winning math competitions in China or whatever, he says these aren't even real glasses. He just says he wants me to wear them because they make him look smarter. Maybe it's the same thing for NHL GMs. They don't even dress like that, wear those things, but they want them to.
Is this like how much more of a lateral move do you think this would be then? Obviously,
I think we're having
Skinner.
the same conversation with all the other names that have been bandied about.
So, but you're adding Skinner, you're adding whatever else because it's not enough, correct?
But this all dependent on Carter Hart's play moving forward. Is Aiden Hill in the contract an area where Vegas is interested in moving it out at a lower price with the benefit of clearing the money? They can then go and add another defenseman, another forward, replace Pietrangelo, something like that.
You think Vegas is going to deal him and then maybe have to play the Oilers in the conference final or something? I don't know.
It would.
Crazy.
The in-division topic complicates it a lot, as does the salary, as does the acquisition cost. It's all complicated. That's why it's the NHL. Lastly, Christmas season continuing to ramp up. David Schlemko, first comment getting in the studio today. He's like, "Oh, the mall's sure in full Christmas mode." He's like, "Yeah, welcome to the last month of our lives." Yeah. It's already been that way. Kevin asked me this morning, "Am I done my Christmas shopping?" And I responded with derision because no, absolutely not. I think it is very much possible to do your Christmas shopping, gift securing, whatever you want to call it, too early, too far in advance.
Like, how? Like you're looking for some anxiety.
Someone dies, I guess.
Yeah, you buy a gift, and then and then you break up with your girlfriend. Yeah. It's like, wow, what am I going to do with this gift now?
I mean, honestly, my wife told me yesterday that she was done Christmas shopping, and I was shocked. Like, I haven't even all I have to buy for really is her, and I haven't even thought about it.
You have to drop a couple hints here and there for her, or how does it work?
Do I have to?
Yeah, like, well, honey, like, what do you, is there something, And,
oh, yeah. There's a little bit of that for sure.
I don't know, Duke. Too far in advance. So, first of all, Duke, are you doing any of your shopping online?
No, not really.
Why not?
Well, it depends. Maybe
that's your style.
If it's something, I've never really said that. If it's something that I can only get online, then perhaps. And I mean, with that, the world of Amazon, it's there within a day anyway, so it doesn't matter. There are obvious exceptions to this. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying you're talking about like Schlemmer, your wife buying for the whole family and stuff. You got kids. Where are you keeping all these Christmas presents all the time? That you're worried about the kids, tracking them down, find them by accident, maybe on purpose if they're really hounding on a Saturday afternoon. Someone like me, if I'm buying for all my family, it's already been discussed. I don't even have room for my golf clubs inside, let alone everyone's Christmas presents. What am I doing with all of these? And then for kids as well, kids change their mind a lot. Yeah. What if someone they tell you they really want in mid-November, they see it, it's the hot thing of the summer, and then all of a sudden something new rolls over in that first couple weeks of December? Oh, this is exactly what I want, Mom or Dad. Please, please, please. I've been very good this year.
Well, they're going to learn a hard lesson.
A hard lesson, Duke.
I think if by putting it off, I'm not saying do what I do and go shopping on the 24th and 23rd.
But how? Okay, you got to buy for your nieces, nephews. What? That's it, or what?
Yeah, that we do a draw for like the the immediate family. Another gift exchange that I go to with some friends, usually on Christmas Eve. So listen, I'm an exception because I don't have to buy very many gifts.
Try that $100 bill on the brick, Duke.
I think I might, Kev. That's a good one.
And just watch this.
I'll need to find a brick
because you can trade, right? You have that trading availability.
Not trading, but like the next person up can steal it, right?
Stealing,
like,
whatever.
Yeah, that type of what they call it, white elephant.
Yeah, I'll guarantee you that's exactly what happened.
Well, the one year though, my friend's dad that was in the gift exchange, I think because it's $50 or whatever, but he just put 50 inside like an empty gift card, little packet thing or whatever you'd call that. So I just think there's why rush?
Yeah, I don't know. My kids are 13 and 10 now. Like I feel like they know where the presents are. But it's like if you guys want to ruin Christmas, go for it. But
make that decision yourself.
They're probably opening the presents and taping them back up. Slimmer as they probably around the 23rd. I'm not too happy about this one. Get something else. Good stuff, Duke. Good stuff. When we come back, we'll get to some open text. We got in the 10-20 block, our good friend Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period. The LA Kings lost to the Capitals last night 3-1. Dennis covers mostly the Kings, but across the NHL. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Loca Quality Market. It's not your average grocery store. We're a butcher, a baker, cafe, deli, rotisserie, pizzeria, and it's all under one roof. Can you believe it? Loca.ca, shop local, and it's loca.ca. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Handful of games in the NHL tonight. Jersey hosting Dallas. The Jets are in Montreal. Philly playing Buffalo. Utah takes on Anaheim. And the Capitals continue their West Coast trip with a stop in San Jose. In the PWHL, Vancouver visiting Boston, and the Torrent take on New York from Seattle. Over in the association, 9 games total, including Cleveland hosting Portland. Nuggets taking on Indiana. Charlotte and the Knicks play from MSG. And Miami visits Dallas in the nightcap. Some surprising news off the court as the Clippers have sent Chris Paul back to Los Angeles ahead of tonight's game in Atlanta. Reports from the team's president of basketball operations saying Chris Paul no longer on the team. Coming up in hour 4 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, the Stingray radio station. CHJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Don't look now, but I think we're being followed.
Oh, that's just my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Well, they're driving pretty close.
Because they're attached.
Save up to 15% on select tires until December 13th.
Cool.
Plus, get up to $125 off a set of 4 Goodyear tires.
Anything else?
Get $50 off a $150 service when you buy those tires.
Well, that's handy.
Yep.
And weird.
Well, I love my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Book your appointment online today. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
The job won't wait. Why should you? At AWS Welding Supplies and Repairs, conveniently located in Nisku, we've got everything you need to get it done. From product sales to servicing and calibrating machines, we're your one-stop shop. We're a proud, locally owned and operated business, committed to serving our community with a proven track record of customer service. Don't let a broken tool slow you down. We offer fast repairs and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
The future of female hockey is here. It's season 2 of the Female Super League, the first ever female-only independent hockey division in Western Canada, with teams from British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Featuring 16U, 14U, and 12U divisions, the FSL brings showcase weekends packed with thrilling games, and our 14U and 16U have been pioneering the advanced body checking rule, empowering young players. The Female Super League, where the best in female hockey takes center ice. Details at femalesuperleague.com.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
At Cougar Paint and Collision, Christmas is a time of showing they care.
And we get these little old ladies that they'll phone and they'll say, you know what, I'm too old to drive anymore and I don't have my license or car anymore. But I sure like those Christmas cards that you guys used to send. So we still got to send them a Christmas card.
We actually had one lady that she'd moved into a nursing home and she wanted the Christmas card to go to her nursing home address. So we updated our files for her.
She was pretty happy.
From all the family at Cougar Paint and Collision, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Cougar Paint and Collision, part of the Napa Certified Body Shop Program.
Subaru is built for winter. Symmetrical all-wheel drive delivers power with incredible control, stability, and grip. Add 220 millimeters of ground clearance and you're not getting stuck in snowbanks. You'll drive right through them. And inside, luxurious heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Plus, for 19 years in a row, Subaru vehicles have earned top safety pick status, giving you unmatched peace of mind. Subaru is engineered for Canadian winters, built for real-life confidence. Welcome to Uncommon Standards.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:09 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on Sports 1440, along with our co-host on Wednesdays, former NHLer David Schlemko. For Cougar Paint and Collision, our family helping your family for over 40 years, part of the NAPA, Napa Certified Auto Body Program, Cougar Collision. .com. Text rolling in 833-401-1440. This one came in a little while ago from Shamal. In case you didn't know if y'all mentioned this or not, but what about Brian Boucher's 5 straight shutouts? Wasn't he Schlemer's teammate in Phoenix, or was that before his time?
I was a little before my time, but I forgot about Boucher. Yeah. He did have a nice little run there.
I remember, like,
what year was that?
Oh man, Duke, you're killing me.
Come on, Shamal. It was the year. I think it was well before my time in Phoenix, honestly, but
that's a tough one to find too.
Everyone's scrambling.
0304.
Oh yeah.
5 straight shutouts, 0304. Modern day NHL record, 332 consecutive minutes by a goaltender. Was snapped. Oh, man, think about this. Snapped by the Atlanta Thrashers on January 11th in 04. It was 1 second of 332 minutes, 1 second of consecutive scoreless minutes.
That's impressive, man. Oh. Yeah, I think I was still playing like midget AAA in 03, 04. But
thanks for the text, though, Shamal. Hey, we touched on your old D partner, and I got a text from Pete from the Devils. Can't make it on today. Brendan Dillon, who reached his 1,000th career game. So between the two of you guys, you got 1,415 games. Pretty good.
Yeah. No, I sent Dilly a text the other night.
Did you?
Just congrats on 1,000. What an accomplishment.
Uh-huh.
He's just the best guy too. Like a hell of a teammate. A very honorable, tough guy.
Did you see his reaction on the morning skate?
Spec actually told me about it.
Oh, okay.
He texted me for his number, and he sent me like the Instagram post and stuff.
I thought I'd try to get one.
Yeah.
But you guys had similar paths, undrafted.
Yeah. I think he's probably got the record now for games
for undrafted players.
Undrafted
right?
Defenseman. I know he was
defenseman.
I know he was right up there last year.
Wow. And again, that I watched the fight with Voronkov. I didn't see much of it, and then maybe just hit his head on the ice or something. Hey?
Yeah, I only saw a quick snippet of it. I kind of read what Keefe had to say after. I know he wasn't happy about it. Obviously, said he didn't really think that he realized he was in a fight yet, and all of a sudden, he's getting cold cocked and he's face down on the ice. So,
it was quick.
Tough to watch.
Yeah, it was quick, and then, he came back for a little bit, but then I think they held him out of the third period for precautionary reasons.
I'm not sure. I didn't watch the game. Just saw the highlight of that one play. It looked like a little bit of a chippy game there, actually.
So I put a request in for next Wednesday.
Perfect.
Maybe a little nudge on your part.
Yeah, I'll give Pete a little nudge. He was there when I was.
Pete there?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Pete was our guy. Maybe I still got his number in my phone.
Do you still have his number?
I bet I do.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So that would be kind of neat. I don't know what the schedule is next Wednesday, but they played tonight.
All right.
That's why I thought, well, maybe 12:20 their time, 12 o'clock, somewhere in there. You guys would be okay. So in Jersey, if you had a morning skate, how far did you live from the rink?
I lived in Hoboken, which is right across from Manhattan. It would be about a 25-minute drive into Newark.
So then, you're probably on the drive home from the morning skate, I guess. I was trying to think about the best time to get them on.
Well, hopefully we can get him on next week.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean,
great to catch up.
1,000 games, man, oh man. I'm sure when you think about that accomplishment. So, and I've asked you many times, I said, who was your best D partner? Who'd you love?
He was my favorite partner, man.
Yeah, how come?
Just steady, reliable, skated well, talked. You felt like you could do anything out there because no one was going to touch you. Just a great guy too. Good Western boy, Western leaguer.
Yeah, he's a BC guy, right?
Yeah, Vancouver boy, I think.
Yeah. Our package for the month of giving for Jason Greger's show this afternoon, we started it this morning with the golf experience at the Ranch Golf and Country Club, the 10 rounds of golf with the cart and the range, round of golf for 3 with Sean Piercy, who will get off his wallet. It won't be on the promo tab. And then a round of golf with myself and Marie McCourt for a couple of guys. It's a great event, great match, great afternoon. It'll be on a Sunday, I can guarantee you. Likely at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. That's usually when we do them. So Pillman was our last highest bidder at $2,000. If someone wants to get it going a little bit more, we'd appreciate that. All money goes towards the Christmas Bureau.
You missing golf yet, buddy?
Yeah. Well, we're going to Cabo in end of January.
Oh, nice. Get a couple rounds in.
Well, couple, not more. Yeah. I know Tiger Woods built a 12-hole golf course there.
Oh, yeah. Sure, that's not cheap.
Even the other courses, like the courses that are closer towards where the marina and where all the yachts are in Cabo. I don't know if you know where I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of courses there when you drive by and you go, wow. Like, it's just amazing.
Pretty expensive to play top-notch golf in Mexico now, isn't it?
I think it was 600 US a round last year.
Yeah, it's a little steep.
We went to a little 9-holer, played her twice. It still cost a couple $100
Really?
Play 18. So
wow,
that's just. I mean, that's
just what it is.
And it's not like the tee times are vacant.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
People want to play.
That's what it is. When we come back, Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period. It's Kevin Karius, David Schlemko, Duke of Delburne, and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're also streaming on YouTube Live and on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
At Cougar Paint Collision, we've fixed so many cars and helped so many people.
We really are a huge family.
We always treat every customer as you'd want to be treated.
You need to act out of kindness and you need to be accountable for your actions.
That's the main thing.
It's just something that we naturally do, is take good care of people. And in turn, those people take good care of us.
This holiday season, the family at Cougar Paint and Collision remind us all to show kindness and care. Merry Christmas and all the best in the new year.
Cougar Paint and Collision, part of the Napa Certified Body Shop program.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Get ready, Edmonton. Glow Christmas Festival returns to light up the Edmonton Expo Center from December 4th to 31st with dazzling activities for the entire family. Wander the glowing trails, meet Santa in his sleigh, and shop from over 30 local artisans and vendors with handcrafted gifts and holiday treasures, perfect for everyone on your list. Get your tickets and learn more about what's on this season by visiting the calendar of events at edmontonexpocenter.com today.
You matter. Your mental health matters, and you're braver than you think. Not Alone is an organization focused on creating a space of acceptance and support through tough, meaningful conversation. My name is Tyler Smith, and you are never alone. NotAloneCo.com. It's okay to not be okay.
More Edmonton families than ever are struggling as food prices skyrocket. The Holiday Hamper Foundation provides festive meals for 2,000 homes in need. Your donation ensures a turkey is on the table for every family. Donate today at holidayhamper.ca.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake, but it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. But what's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce, a happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day, and see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada, prices exclude delivery.
Do you work for a company that wants to reach people who love sports? Or maybe you're looking to hire people who love sports. Sports 1440 partners with dozens of local businesses, connecting with tens of thousands of Edmonton sports fans every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. Contact our sales team today to see what Sports 1440 can do for you. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca to get started.
Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:20 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, David Schlemko with you on a Wednesday morning. You know, the more I think about that last 40 seconds of the game last night, Schlemmer, you know, you had a timeout, you had lots of time to recoup, to get fresh. So 40 seconds, that's a good chunk. Win a draw and nothing. 6 on 4. So what would be said, I guess, on the whiteboard? I guess you would have 2 plans, right? You win the draw, this is what happens. You lose the draw.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, actually, because I noticed something during that timeout that I thought was kind of interesting. This is McFarland.
Yep.
Drawing up the plays on the boards, and I was thinking, I guess that used to always be Gully. But it was like McDavid and Draisaitl, especially McDavid, like they saw what he had to say, and like they were ready to go and like talk amongst themselves, about like, what they're gonna do. And it was like McFarland kept like calling him back and getting him back and going back to the board, and you could kind of see Connor just like, yeah, like we got it.
I'm gonna have to really look at that one more time.
So I don't know. I found that kind of interesting.
Time now for the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where 2025 Jeep Wranglers, well, it's almost the end of the year, man. You got to get them while they're still hot. The 1500s have 0% financing for up to 72 months. It's got the great selection of the colors, the Sport, the Willie Sahara, the Rubicons, all in the lot at stalbertdodge.com. As we welcome back our old buddy Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period. Good morning, Dennis. You're with Kevin Karius and David Schlemko. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning, big guy. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, KK and Dave. Great to be with you.
How are things down there for you? How was the game last night?
I stayed awake for it. That's about it. Every game is the same. Every game is 1-1 going to the third period, and it's not exciting hockey. I feel for the front. They played one exciting game in the last month in Anaheim against the Ducks. That was a 5-4 shootout loss.
And that's
every game is look, that's what the roster is. It's funny, they have an open roster spot. This team is struggling offensively. And my partner at Kings of the Podcast, John Hofen, asked Jim Hill last night, is there an option to call somebody up from Ontario in the AHL? He says, no, there isn't. Sammy Helenis would be the next one to draw in, and Sammy is an offensive player. So this team is struggling mightily. And then last night, they, in essence, gave up a shorthanded goal in the third period and wound up losing another game 2-1. That said, guys, they're in every single game. Like, I think they've played 26 or 27 games. They've been out of 2 games. Opening night, they got outclassed by Colorado. I think they played New Jersey at home, was down 3-0 going into the third. Every other game they've been in, like last night. But they can't find offense. The power play is really struggling. I had a lot of fans in LA thinking Brand Clark was going to solve everybody's problem on a power play, first power play unit, and he won't making a bad situational awareness decision, wound up costing him the game. But that's what you see. It's not a very entertaining brand of hockey, but there's not a ton of talent on this roster. So I guess that's the strategy on how to win games now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm seeing out of the 12 wins, 9 1-goal games. So. Like you say, another tight game type of team. You mentioned Sammy Helenis gets a 2-year extension while playing in the minors. Those both one way?
Yeah, they're one way. Yeah. He said right now he's the 13th forward, right? Basically, so he's up with the big club. Yeah, so
they see him being an everyday guy eventually.
I think a 4C, Dave, like maybe a little less talented than Nick Bjugstad, like something like that. If he can, he doesn't have his hands aren't great, but he's got some good size. He can drop the mitts. They like him, and for a guy who is it's been scratched more than he plays, for him to get a 2-year deal, they like his future here in LA.
Well, we have to talk about Corey Perry, Dennis. 7 goals, this year has just been, he's ageless and he brings so much more. What's it been like to cover him up close and personal, Dennis?
Well, it's been great because, I'm sure when he goes back to Edmonton and he played in Anaheim the other day. So he's a player that, he's a gamer. He's loved in the room. There's a reason why he's played so long. He has a love for the game. For a stretch there, he was the team MVP. Now he's cooled off, but you can't expect him to. And he was, I think, averaging a point a game when he came in, guys. And you're not going to do that for the rest of the season. But he plays the game the right way. He plays the game the way some others on the team should play, direct to the net. There's just too much East-West fancy stuff going on here, and it's not a great passing team. Like if you had a really great passing team, like you had 97 and 29 throwing passes to everybody, fine. They play fancy hockey and they don't pass that well. It's been frustrating, but Corey's been great. He's been great in the room. It's been easy to talk to and interview, as you guys know from his time in Edmonton. So I think it was a really nice ad for this team, and he's helped them certainly offensively.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about another veteran guy. Obviously, his last year, Anze Kopitar. I just want to give you a chance to maybe talk about how important he's been to the organization. Is there a plan for him to kind of slide into front office after this? Anything like that?
Dave, he's going back to Slovenia and going to live on the lake in his big house. That's what he's
going
to do. Yeah, he's got a hockey academy in Slovenia he ran during the summertime. I don't see him coming back to North America. Like, look, if you're ever going to stay somewhere, I've been to his house in Manhattan Beach. He should stay in Manhattan Beach. I think he listed it today for $36 million last year. Didn't sell. So if he was going to stay, he'd stay in LA. But the family wants to go back to Slovenia. He wants to raise his kids there. The kids are very accomplished hockey players, and the girl is a great figure skater. But they're looking forward to go back to Slovenia. So maybe eventually some coaching or front office or management stuff, Dave. But I think it would probably be maybe for Team Slovenia.
Okay.
More so than the NHL franchise, because I think they're pretty happy with the decision for him this to be his last season and for the family to go back to Slovenia.
Did you put an offer in on that house, Dennis?
No, my house is pretty nice. but it's funny when Kevin, you mentioned it, I remember I know the house I think was bought for $25 million. And, these players when they get their signing bonuses. Yeah. It's like $10 million, right? So that's like a down payment on that house. But here's the thing. It's a 3-level house and with a basement. Where Manhattan Beach, there are no basements, and because he has so many family and friends come over from Slovenia, he bought the plot next to the house and built a 2-bedroom guest house. Must be nice to make $10 million a year. So yeah, I've been there. He's got his own little man cave with a Murphy door and stuff like that. So they live very, very nicely, but they're also looking forward to going home. So I don't think, I'm not putting a bid on it, but I'm sure some tech guy in Manhattan Beach will probably buy the house when we're all said and done.
Oh, man. Dennis Bernstein with us on Sports 1440. I was reaping the praises of Quentin Byfield last year, as you know, Dennis. Slow start. Is he coming on here? What's going on here?
Well, when you put together Byfield, Kempe, and Fiala, you would think that line would dominate, right? Would dominate puck possession, scoring. It didn't work. Quentin needs to shoot the puck more. I don't know why he doesn't, Kev. It's like he's always trying to make the fancy play, the one more play, and he's still maybe he's trying to mold himself like Kopitar, who's always been a pass first guy. He's got a nice shot. He never uses it enough. Like he's too hesitant with that. For a team that is not scoring goals, he needs to shoot more. So I'm a little disappointed in his output. Now, he probably is going to wind up as the team leading scorer. Might get 75 points, but I want Quentin Byfield to get 90 to 100 points. He's got that talent. He's a dominant physical player. He's one of the fastest players in the league. His production should be more, especially with respect to goal scoring. So you would hope for the distance of the season, he just trusts his shot more and tries to get it on net more.
Mm-hmm.
Have you liked what you've seen from the back end so far for the Kings there, Dennis? Has Brandt Clark, is he making that step everyone's kind of expecting him to make?
Not yet, Dave, but he's 22 and it's 3 years in. And so sometimes it takes 5 or 6 years. You've played in this league as defenseman, he's not there yet. He's not Adam Fox. He's not Lane Hudson yet because he's not a point of game player. Those players are point of game players when they play. So it's coming. They're finally taking the reins off him. But again, last night he makes a mistake at the end of a power play. Right now he takes a shot that gets easily blocked. It goes the other way. Ovechkin gets a 2-on-1 and Bovilla gets the game winner. He can't make those mistakes. So he's still learning. There's still some growing pains, but he is getting more time on ice. And other than Drew Doughty, he should probably get the most time on ice because he has the most talent with respect to he's the best skater by far. It's what he needs to work on, Dave, is his shot. Like his shot doesn't get through. I think from defensemen, it's below 50 percentile with respect to shot speed.
Wow.
He needs to practice that over the summer. And if you're going to add that facet to work, look, he's never going to be Evan Bouchard. I get it. But he can't be shooting 70. His average shot is 70 miles an hour. It's not going to get through, and that hurts the power play because they're going to play off a player like that, play the passing lane. So you don't. That's why part of this. That's why they have Adrian Kempe up top, because he's got a much harder suit. But when you put your best player the furthest away from the goal, guess what? He doesn't score goals either. So Brent's doing okay, but it's going to take a couple more years for him to get to the next class of player that I think he can get to.
And Kempe's so much better down where Leon hangs out, isn't he, Dennis?
He should be set up for his one-timer. He should be where Leon is or where Brock Besser is.
Yeah.
That's where he needs to position. And if you look at Adrian Kempe's shot chart this year, most of his shots come from distance. Like the best player in the team shouldn't be the furthest away from the net. I don't get it. I never got that alignment.
I got to give him credit, though. Last year in the playoffs, like for a forward, he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he did. But Dave, now they're scouting this and they're attacking him, and he's turning the puck over more at the blue line because he's not a defender. So you can get away with that. Like in a 6-game series, you can get away with it. But now this pre-scouting, they know, say, look, you have opportunity because the Kings have given up a lot of 2-on-1s. Not putting totally on Kempe, but they're attacking a guy at the point who is a defenseman who's not used to quarterbacking at the blue line. So that's a bit of a challenge for him.
Maybe I got to give Hiller a call, Dennis, and ask him what's going on here or what?
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, give him a call. He won't have any answers. He's tried everything, to be honest with you. He's really tried everything. There's nothing more to do. Like there's nobody in the organization that can call up to supplement the offense. And Kopitar has to be on the first unit because Quentin Byfield's faceoff percentage is 40%. Kempe's 37%. They'd never win a faceoff. You got to get the puck at least to shoot to the. So that's part of the issue as well. Is that probably Kopi should be on the second unit.
Yeah, but
they can't win a faceoff without him, so he has to be on the first unit.
What's the timeline here on Drew Doughty, Dennis?
Well, it's funny. When you're talking about the power play, it'll change because once Drew Doughty comes back, he's going to be in the first unit because they need that threat up top. And 2 seasons ago, before the ankle injury, he had a lot of power play goals. So I asked Hiller, I said, well, are you going to change anything before Drew comes back? He goes, no, well, that's 2-3 weeks ago. He goes, oh, well, maybe not. So maybe the next road trip, he's skating now on his own. Right, he's not yet out with a no contact jersey, but he skates before every practice. Maybe the next road trip they go to Seattle and Utah after this 4-game homestand ends on Saturday. So maybe if not, then the next homestand when they come back home, but probably before Christmas. That's where it's trending towards because I know he used to be when he first had the injury, he was walking around in a boot. The boot's off. He's skating now, so probably maybe a week to 2 at this point in time. But they certainly need him for a couple of different reasons.
Yeah.
So they're snake bitten offensively. What do you figure they need to make a move for some offensive production?
Yeah, who's trading a 20-goal scorer these days? Nobody's trading. Morgan Geekie isn't getting traded off of Boston, Dave. So I think you'd have to wait till the deadline. I really do. Yeah. I think that I don't see. Look, Kuzmenko, who was really good coming in at the end of last season, he's basically playing bottom 6, and that's not a bottom 6 type of player. Like there isn't a lot of options here other than the guys who are here. Got it. Look, Fogel's had a tough season so far. I said he's a very important. He had 22 even strength goals last year, Dave. Like that's a lot of goals. That's the second most on this team. He's got a second injury that isn't related to the first injury. He got banged up in Chicago hit by Foligno. Trevor Moore, I think, has 3 goals. And the biggest culprit, to be honest with you, and it's sad to see, is Phil Deneau. Phil Deneau has 4 assists this year, no goals.
Wow.
And the guy that you would think, okay, he should be a 4 seed. But the guy who would take his place is Alex Turcotte. Alex Turcotte has 1 goal this season. So it's just I just don't think it's that talented of a team. And I haven't written this, I haven't said it yet. It's probably the first time I'm going to say it. What this aligns to, guys, it looks like this team will make the playoffs and get eliminated in the first round. That's what this team looks right now. So they're going to have to. I got to think Kenny got to make a move. I talked to him for a couple of minutes after they beat Ottawa the other night. They're sticking with what they have right now because there's so much parity and there's not a lot of availability. Like maybe you can go to Calgary or maybe you can go to Nashville and get a player out of there. It's not going to happen right now, and you're probably going to overpay. They have to. But the thing is, they're what 4 points out of they're 4 points out of first place. They're in every game. They're a competitive team. They play hard. There's people all fire the coach. The offense sucks. The power play is bad. But when you play great defense, they're 5th in defense, and their penalty kill has been amazing for November. It's number 1 in the league. That's coaching. Like you don't like if the players quit on you, they're not going to play defense, and they're not going to certainly give effort on the penalty kill, and they do that. So they have to figure out the offense. But I don't know how much you can lay on Kenny. He's been here for one off season, and that's after Blake decided to go. This is on Rob Blake. Like there's not a lot of prospect. There's one prospect in the system, Liam Greentree, who's in the O right now, who can score goals. Nobody else. They have no like. I've never seen it. I rarely see a team, guys, where you can't go to the minor leagues and pull up one guy who might help you offensively. They don't have that. And like they blew a lot of second round picks. You look at the Kings' second round picks on the Rob Blake, you'll get sick. It's like and the fact that they didn't work, but you could have traded those picks for players. Like remember Devin Taves traded, I think, for a second and third round pick. And I'm a Rams fan. So my general manager traded all the picks, won a Super Bowl, and guess what? 3 years later, it's good again. So I got to think that Kenny's got to be more aggressive than Rob Blake was, because it didn't manifest into anything. Rob Blake's teams lost 5 playoff rounds in the first round. It was 0-5. Like the first year he came in, it was Dean's team. I get it. The last 4, it's going to be a challenge. They're going to be competitive. I don't see him as a division winner. They'll probably fall in the 2-3 hole again. I'm not sure Anaheim's ready defensively. I don't know what's going on with your team up there. Who knows, right? Vegas probably gets in. So the one danger, guys, is that if Anaheim stays up, then you're fighting the Central Division teams for a wild card spot, and you don't want to do that. You want to lock it, even if that means playing the Orioles again here for the Kings. You'd rather do that than having to fight 4 teams for a wild card spot in game 82, which the team might be trending to if the offense doesn't improve.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember if I asked you, are you going to Italy, Dennis, for the Olympics?
No, because we were thinking about doing a broadcast for SiriusXM like we do for the Stanley Cup final, but SiriusXM doesn't have the rights. So you're not going to, if we could do a pregame show, throw it to the broadcast, that would be cool. Doesn't make sense. Plus, 2 weeks in Milan is going to be expensive, fellas. I got some dough, but not that much dough. And we did go over to Milan for the media tour, the European media tour. So we've been to Milan in August, which was, I tell people, I said, the scenery is great and the buildings are nice too. So it was a very special trip.
What do you think of this rink? You think it's going to be ready? What about the dimensions, everything like that?
No, we're going to play it at Rogers Place. That's where the Olympics are going to be played. We're going to be coming up to see you guys. That's probably where you are. Exactly. How is the rink 4 feet short?
I know. We talked about it yesterday. It makes absolutely no sense.
Nails. Like, he's got to be putting nails over there. Holy cow.
Like, what if this were the Summer Olympics and a basketball court was 1.5 feet short, Dennis?
I
would be going bananas.
I think they might be playing in other European spots. Like with the World Cup or something like that, rinks that are legit. I'm not optimistic here. I mean, and the test is going to come in a month, which is a month away from it. Once the test goes bad, then what do you do? It's a mess. But you know what? It's the IOC. Does it really surprise anybody? No, it doesn't surprise me.
Exactly. Dennis, great catching up, big guy. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I'm sure we'll talk sometime in the new year. Thanks, big guy.
KK, Dave, always be great with you on set 1440. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. That's Dennis Bernstein from the Fourth Period. True beauty. As you said, Schlemmer, one of your favorites.
One of my favorite guests. I don't know what it is. He just seems like a beauty.
Well, he's actually a lot of fun. I had him, and again, when I mentioned Steve Koulias with earlier in the show, to Anthony Stewart, when they, we both had a few pops on media night during the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
And, you're on home turf here, man. Like, I mean, these guys were easy pickings for some stories. Did you hear what happened on the White Mud last night? Oh no, what happened? Like, this was easy, like shooting fish in a barrel with those two donkeys. And it was a lot of fun. That's the game of the day brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where the Jeep Wrangler 1500s have 0% financing for up to 72 months. Great selection. Check them out at stalbertdodge.com. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. Kevin Karius, David Schlemko, Duke of Delburne, and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Bring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. With special guests Haley Benedict and Morgan Clyburn. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. Hosted by Chris Sheets, the countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
At Cougar Paint Collision, we fix so many cars and help so many people.
We really are a huge family.
We always treat every customer as you'd want to be treated.
You need to act out of kindness and you need to be accountable for your actions.
That's the main thing.
It's just something that we naturally do is take good care of people. And in turn, those people take good care of us.
This holiday season, the family at Cougar Paint and Collision remind us all to show kindness and care. Merry Christmas and all the best in the new year.
Cougar Paint and Collision, part of the Napa Certified Body Shop program.
Ugh, seriously, another door knocker? I really want to go solar, but these high-pressure tactics are exhausting.
And their prices are unbelievable. Before we do anything, let's call Great Canadian Solar.
There's a better way to go solar. Great Canadian Solar provides honest advice and fair pricing to save you from overpaying. They're easy to deal with and will never put pressure on you to buy. As a trusted local business for over 15 years, Great Canadian Solar will support you in your solar journey. Visit greatcanadiansolar.com and call today to get started.
Now for today's holiday special, Legacy Heating and Cooling saves Christmas. Santa's furnace broke down in the shop last night, and the elves couldn't make any toys, that's right, so Santa called up his pals at Legacy Heating. And ho, 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 golly gee, 1 year, no payments, interest-free, and the elves are working merrily with a brand new furnace from Legacy. Happy holidays from Legacy Heating and Cooling.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
Hey everybody, it's Team Principe and Jason Stredler. Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters and have some drinks with umbrellas in them, you could attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Jason Strudwick, Kelly Buchberger, Ron Lowe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. Don't miss out on every hockey fan's dream cruise, the Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. It's going to be one hell of a trip. Price start at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer. The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise, July 2026. Visit cast.tours/Edmonton or call 1-833-347-7678. Book now and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours/Edmonton.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 EEE. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
The Karius Show, breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams, even though his favorite Junior A hockey team is the Yorkton Terriers. Thanks for checking in with Sports 1440.
Man, it ain't even Playlist Friday, Duke, and you're helping out our loyal listeners here on Sports 1440. I can't remember who wanted to hear that because of Schlemmer and his heavy metal, hard rock background.
Real rocker.
Twisted Sister.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Remember that old video from Twisted Sister?
Nope.
No? Oh, that's before your time, too, I guess. Twisted Sister, they were pretty wild back in the mid-'80s. They brought it, those guys. Kevin Karius, David Schlemko, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on a Wednesday morning here to wrap up the show. Text 833-401-1440. You know which two? I was just looking at all the goaltending stats. The two goaltenders, mirror images of each other. Save percentage, within a couple of ticks. Goals against, a tick. Appearances, games played, 1 or 2. Wins, 1. Time on ice, virtually the same. Sergei Bobrovsky, Stu Skinner. Sergei Bobrovsky and Stu Skinner.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding. They're bang on there. As far as goals against, they're right there in a little bracket, 289 and 290. What do you think?
I think Bobrovsky's probably having a little bit of a tough start to the year then.
Yeah. Yeah, he's at 289 for his goals against. Stu's at 290. Stu's save percentage is higher. He's played more. Stu has played more than Bobrovsky.
What's the save percentage is that?
888 for Skinner, 883 for Bobrovsky.
Okay. So both bad.
Yeah. And Skinner's, I mean, again, like you look at the last 2 games, he's probably lifted it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
20 points.
True.
I wouldn't know, like, for sure. A couple more games like that, he's at damn near 900.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, is he's not just consistently bad all the time. He'll come out and have a great game, a great week, and then,
keep this going here, right? You look at this, how things are looking here, Slammer, right? You got Seattle. I would imagine Stu goes again, no?
I would think so.
He's,
Why not?
And then on Saturday night, you never know, maybe and Cal Pickard, something about, because he's a Winnipeg guy. There's something about Cal and Winnipeg that mix here.
Yeah.
So maybe he gets that game.
Coaches like to go with those feelings too.
And then, you got Buffalo and Detroit. And I wouldn't be surprised if Stu plays both of those two as well.
Really good chance to kind of right the ship and go on a little run here.
Yeah.
Nice little streak at home.
Did you ever have again, they've had 2 extended road trips like this really early. They got another one coming up here after this homestand.
Like I said, man, the Olympic year, it's the same for everybody. Everyone's going to have like a tough schedule and it's going to be a grind. There's probably going to be a few more injuries than a normal year.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to do stuff in the studio when Duke is hanging Christmas lights.
He's doing it all.
Like, this is all out of the blue here, Duke. Like, and why green?
Well, red and green, Kevin, are the 2 colors most commonly associated with Christmas.
Thank you, Tips.
So we have the first strand up. They're green. There is a strand of red lights to go along with them, but we need the batteries for them.
You want me to bring in some lights for you, Duke, or what?
Lights? No, we have lights, Kevin. Can't you see them?
Well, what you said, you need batteries or what?
Yeah, no, we'll get the batteries. It's a low concern level for the batteries. It might just have to wait till tomorrow. I've got them fabbed up here. Looks pretty good.
You big Christmas light guy at home? Is your house all decked out?
I did quite a few again this year, yeah.
Nice.
All by hand,
Oh, of course.
Brought the ladder out a bit, but a couple top 2 high peaks that you can't get to.
Oh, yeah?
So I got a few things, but I got the tree up and we got the village up.
Yeah, you got the big optical illusion tree going.
Well, it is, yeah. You don't have to give the secrets away. Oh yeah, it's there, yeah. And the tree's looking good. The lights are looking good. 2 fat Santas in the front.
Oh,
a couple of pigs as well.
Couple of pigs.
Yeah, we had 3 pigs under the big tree there, but one of them blew up somehow. I got to see if I can fix it.
All right,
it's pigs.
The pigs.
833-401-1440. Bill texts in, KK, awfully critical for a guy who's parked on his car while somebody else is hanging the lights. Any idea what this means, Duke? Look at Duke. Look at Duke's light fell down. Oh, Duke, your lights fell down. Oh, man.
Back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board. We're gonna have
parked
to
on his can.
Try something better.
Okay, so what were you using there? Electrical tape?
It's all I had. It's what Connor provided me.
Well, just get a couple of corkboard like things and just.
I don't think those will stick in there.
Oh.
Those are all Velcro that stick on the wall behind us.
They'll work.
Oh, sure. Of course.
Grab a staple gun.
I might.
I'll do her.
B texts in and goes, "That was me. That song is done to the tune. We're not going to take it if you didn't know." Yes, that's right. And he also said about Tony O. He knew the stats of Tony O: 15 shutouts, 936 save percentage. What else is on your mind here, Duke? Anything?
Me? Asking me? No, nothing's on my mind.
What's
It's
on your
empty.
mind, Schlemmer?
My mind's empty.
I'm just trying to respond to a couple.
What's on my mind? Well, we were just talking about the Ducks and the Mammoths tonight.
Yes,
Be a
marquee
good game to
game
watch.
of the day.
Duke will be up late tonight.
Yep, I sure will be.
A couple of young, skilled teams out there. Be a good game to watch.
Yeah, and Dennis kind of mentioned it when he's talking about the Kings and like the state of the Pacific Division. The Ducks are incredibly entertaining, and the skill, like the forward group, is so well meshed together with different elements. But they play up ice a lot, and as a result, give up a lot of pretty grade A chances. And unfortunately, with Lucas to stall out, it might be they might have to try and batten down the hatches a little bit more here because Ville Husso and Mrazek's hurt too. So it's like who's both of the Gulls goaltenders are the guys on the team right now for Anaheim, and Ville Husso, very accomplished veteran guy. There's a reason he's starting the year in the AHL, right? He's at best a backup at this stage of his career.
We never mentioned about Cody Ponce after we had the original. So the Jays signed Cody Ponce, 3 years, $30 million. He's a chucker. He's been in Korea.
This is the guy of the Korean League. Hey, that's an interesting story.
Not many people know too much about him.
I was just reading about him this morning.
What'd you like? I mean, he had 252K in 180.
Well, yeah, like he was a Cy Young finalist not that long ago. So he got a $30 million deal out of Korea. So what made him go to Korea?
Well, because he wasn't very effective when he was here with Pittsburgh. You know, when you look at the Jays rotation, I mean, now there's almost too many starters when you think about it, but you can never have enough pitching. Do you know who was on his team in Korea, Duke? A teammate in Korea, a former Toronto Blue Jay? Duke's like, he doesn't even, who? No, a former Toronto Blue Jay, Han Jin-Ryu. But, I mean, his ERA is whip. And this is Korea again. Had 29 starts through 180 innings, 252K, whips under 1, ERAs under 2. So they say he improved on his velocity a lot. He's got a bit more of a cutter, sinker. Working on some other things. And I mean, when you look at the Blue Jays are a big swing, like their staff, they construct their staff for swing and miss. I mean, you look at Savage, you look at Gosman, look at Ponce now. Cease is officially signed 7 years, 210. These are big swing and miss guys. So I don't even know who their fifth starter right now in the rotation would be. It could be Ponce if you have Savage.
You like these signings though?
Well, I do, because you can never have enough starting pitching. And I mean, everyone like Trey Yasevich is, he's the young guy and everyone loves him.
Yeah.
And he came in and he saved the day, but he's got a young arm still. And how much you gonna get out of him? You lose one guy. Like they still got Barrios under contract, right? Lauer still, under contract. But I mean, you'd be going with Gosman to start things off. He'd be your opening day starter. I mean, Cease maybe number 2. Then you go between Yasevich and Bieber. That's 3-4. And then, I mean, you're signing Ponce, I assume, to be your number 5 guy in the rotation.
Not a bad problem to have.
Yeah, I mean, they got depth. I mean, and again, Barrios is very dependable still. He doesn't miss any starts. And Lauer's, he's the lefty. The only
great utility guy.
The only thing is, their whole staff is righties right now. So you always kind of want to have a little bit of a flip-flop somehow, but
mix Lauer in there every once in a while.
No, he'd be your long guy out of the bullpen
long
right
reliever.
Now. Yeah. The rig says, "Hey, KK, use some of that TV cash you got stashed between the mattresses. Put up the gemstone lights from Astoria Lights. We love ours." Well, Astoria Lights, that was on the Jason Gregor month of giving yesterday.
Those are like the permanent lights, right?
Yeah. Those are the ones that go under the soffit.
Yeah.
Do you have them?
No.
So do you have your tree up yet?
Oh yeah.
What other decorations?
All of them. Well, it was my daughter's birthday on November 27th.
Okay.
So she didn't really want us to decorate for Christmas before then. So all we did was the tree about a week before her birthday. And then we finished it all up on the weekend there.
You know, we've been doing this show, you and I, for 2 years, 3-4 months. We've talked about Duke and being a handyman, a farmer. You know, oh yeah, I got the tractor going. I'll, put the chain link on there. La la la. He's having trouble putting these lights up.
He's struggling with the tape.
That's how bad this is, dude. What's happened to you?
This is absolute slander. And I won't, well, I am literally standing for it because I'm trying to do several things at once, trying to create a festive spirit here inside our building, playing some Christmas music, getting the lights up. I am working with the tools I have been presented. Tell me to fix something. The only thing I got laying around is a pocket knife and a couple scraps of binder twine. I'll do what I can. I can fashion a fence out of it if need be. I am working with what I have. Will it be improved if I can get some different materials?
You got to think outside the box, too. Put this thing around your mic arm. Put the lights around your mic arm, and now you have it set up. It's beautiful. It's moving around. Don't have them against the wall like that.
That's good. Well, once this camera gets back in operation, that's what the camera will see. We'll see the lights behind the producer.
Huh. Okay, if you say
Sorry, you don't have an eye for decorating. My apologies. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry you have so many gifts and one of them's not decorating.
An eye for decorating. Okay, Duke. I'll work on my decorating skills here.
Yeah, go home,
Thanks,
get some
buddy.
advice from Laura.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Slammer. Good show. What do you got cooking here for the weekend? Anything? Hockey, I assume. Blah,
The
blah,
weekend? Yeah, I don't know. Depends what the kids are doing, man.
Yeah. Good stuff. We'll see you back here next Wednesday. Have a
You
great
bet,
weekend.
buddy. You
That's
too.
our co-host for Cougar Paint and Collision, David Schlemko, the former NHLer. Coming up at the top of the hour, it is Fantasy Frenzy with
the former Rochep T-Bird,
Connor Halley, and the Duke of Delburne. At 12 o'clock, it's the Lowdown with Alan Mitchell till 2, where Jason Greger drives us home with the Jason Greger Show till 6. We got Fox Sports all night. We're back with you tomorrow morning at 7 with Ladislav Schmid. Before all of that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by First Round. And you could win an NFL jersey tomorrow night, but you know what? Sundays even got better too at First Round, because you could win an NFL helmet or a jersey on Sunday as well. And you could enjoy the Pro Bowl brunch on Sunday. It's only at Edmonton's NFL headquarters, First Round, downtown or on Bourbon Street right here in the mall that has it all. Hey, thanks everybody for listening. Really appreciate all the great texts and being a part of the show. Once again, Pillman, you're the top bidder, $2,000 for the golf package at the ranch. The Jason Greger Show will continue with the bidding on the month of giving tonight at 2 o'clock. Again, thanks for listening. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Until then, here is the Duke.
This is the Sports 1440 update.
Handful of games in the NHL tonight. Jersey hosting Dallas. The Jets are in Montreal. Philly playing Buffalo. Utah takes on Anaheim. And the Capitals continue their West Coast trip with a stop in San Jose. In the PWHL, Vancouver visiting Boston. And the Torrent take on New York from Seattle. In the association, 9 games in total, including Cleveland hosting Portland. The Nuggets taking on Indiana. Charlotte and the Knicks playing from MSG. And Miami visits Dallas in the nightcap. Some surprising news off the court in the NBA as the Clippers have sent Chris Paul back to Los Angeles ahead of tonight's game in Atlanta. Reports from the team's president of basketball operations saying he is no longer on the team. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is Fantasy Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.